You scare the shit out of me every time you do that.
Scary.
This is a tale from long ago, long since disproven. In ages past, there was a legend of a great worm that spread its way across the world. This serpent existed, encompassing all of existence on its great back. This creature bent its neck around one day and attempted to stare backwards from whence it came, its great path through the clouds finally having it grown weary. As it looked, it attempted to follow the contour of its own body. Bent as it was impossible to determine exactly how far it stretched beyond the horizon. So, this creature made an effort. It wrenched itself backwards. And as it did, its body started to contort as well, the very atmosphere being caught between the different folds of itself. As it attempted to peer back onto the other side, it struggled, unable to make out what was on the other end. It had found the place that it originated from, certainly, an endpoint from whence it came, but it was left with a question. The clouds that ringed its body had built up one after the other, forming a thick fog. Unable to see through this impenetrable mirror, it was left with a simple question. Is what exists at the other end of me a tail? A behind, perhaps? Or is it another face? Tiara Tsubaki is rather rudely woken up in the middle of her midday nap mid-snore. A loud percussive sound bounces throughout the Tsubaki break room. Her room. Thunk, thunk, thunk. She starts. Captain. Yeah? She yanks herself out of bed, both hooves hitting the ground. She quickly rights her hair. Varden is prepared to see you. It's actually surprising to see you sleeping so late. I mean, a nap's in order every once in a while, right? Tia's going to heal a wound. Oh. That sucks. Good job, Tia. You're red and blue stats only right now. Well, if you're prepared, please follow me. She nods, leading Tia out into the hallway. She stands up, exhales, rights herself, makes sure her bow is set, swallows hard, and walks out. She moves into the hallway and sort of nods at Ulysses.
Tia?
Yeah?
How are you feeling?
Time to roll to die with two stats that cannot reflect on the self. I think I'm doing okay, honestly. Like, everything's running in good order. Despite whatever Varden's going to say to me. I know that the knights are functioning at the tip-top of their abilities, so I've done my job well, and all that's left to do is to, I guess, argue with the man. I'm a little nervous, I can admit that much.
Well, there's never any worries about you doing your job properly.
Well, let's try to convince him of that, she says with a pained smile.
Ulysses gives her a gentle pat on the shoulder.
Okay, let's go. She walks through the Camellia Mansion. The events of the last few days have left her in somewhat a precarious spot. Due to certain actions she took in aiding not only the Calamity Tempest, but Beretta Pietro, Tia's been under a great deal of hot water with her family, disobeying direct orders, the interests of Kazuya in the 13th Ward, that is not very captainly or knightly behavior. She walks around the corner and actually stops and turns around, and then pokes her head back through. Hey, Ulysses.
Oh, yes.
Come with, okay?
Happily.
Hey, that blue stat paid off for something.
Yay!
She moves down in this direction. Calloway, you've been
Waiting.
sitting and waiting. She, nods
He's
to you.
leaning against the wall. He stands up. He's like, "Are you ready, T?"
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Am I going in with them, or am I just here for
That's your
emotional support?
decision.
Oh, I'm going in. Cassius? Not Cassius. Calloway has been throwing a little bit of a bitch fit all day. So-
Door
Calloway?
cracks. Tiara moves
Hi,
inside,
guys.
nods, sort of walks over, sits down next to Scius. Varden looks across the table, sees everybody walk into the room, realizes he can't do much about it, closes his eyes, sighs visibly, and simply prepares himself for the rest of this. So, we have a little bit to discuss. Yeah. She sort of leans in. Find the right music. This one. The situation as it stands. He sort of scratches his chin. We were invited to the city by one Yoshihara no Kazuya. His goals for us were unknown and remain unknown. He taps his chin a few times. Tia sort of nods. Your job or your assignment was to follow the orders of Yoshihara no Kazuya, get on his good side, discern his intent, and discover exactly what happened to that mysterious presence within the shrine. He sort of sighs. Now, at least as it stands currently, Kazuya has an interest in seeing the Calamity Tempest fall by the wayside. As such, he gave us the express instruction to not interfere with their business and to let whatever was going to happen in that research station happen. He taps the table. I've gone over this before. I don't think I need to get on your case any further about insubordination. Tia sort of head tucks down a little bit. So that leaves us with what we're going to do right now. Varden visibly relaxes a little bit. The immediate response would be very obvious, a demotion or firing. He loosens up his shoulder. That would also be an immensely stupid idea, so we will not be doing it. Tia blinks. You have the favor of the knights as well as the family. Also, Kazuya seems to have an interest in you just the same. You will obviously be remaining in our employ. He sort of smooths back his hair. However, the circumstances have shifted slightly. He sighs. Yeah? He looks down the table at Ulysses. I'm glad you're here, Ulysses.
Ulysses just nods. He's still kind of got the same quiet smile as always.
Originally, it was my intention to station you instead to Kazuya's side and to have Tia remain here on the premises. I don't believe we will be doing that. Kazuya suggested an alternative. He taps the table a few times. Tia, you will be taking the gatehouse. That will be your duty, at least for the future. Make sure to guard it well. And Kazuya wishes to indulge in something of a game. Huh? Tia blinks a few times. Excuse me, what? Yes. That's why it's necessary that you all be here. He looks over to Skyus.
Skyus kind of scratches the back of his head a little bit and looks over. What do you mean exactly?
Kazuya's intentions remain as impenetrable as always. I'm going to be honest with all of you. I don't know what he plans. Originally, we were invited to the city because he has contained within his shrine something that should be of great interest to us. The ability to extend blessings is a fascinating thing. But mysteriously, the second we arrive in this city, it apparently vanishes. He seems exhausted and exasperated. I can't help but feel like he's trying to manipulate us, guide us around. This game is yet another example of that. He points at you, Skyus. He's demanded your presence, as well as motions over to Tia. He wants to assure the family that any cause for insubordination, any violation of orders, is, quote, not a big deal. Vernon looks immensely tired. I will admit, going along with the whims of this man is quite frustrating, so I would like to ask you both. The ones that he requested, keep an eye on him and try to ascertain his true intent. I fear for the safety of this family, especially being touted about by the whims of one such as him. He closes his eyes. This isn't an order. This is merely a request. Please go along with what he asks for now, and if possible, figure out what he truly plans. I'm not entirely certain of it, and he won't allow me close. But for some reason, he seems rather taken with you two.
Skyus is kind of chuckles a little bit at that. Well, I guess, yeah, I could go and check it out. Last time I went to him, I think I made him a little sad, though, but,
Vernon is like, oh man, he makes this face, he's like, hey, good. and then immediately back to stoic, like, yes. He looks at Tia and is like, your original goal was you were going to be demoted or something. I don't know. He scratches the back of his neck. I'm not going to put pleasing Kazuya above the state of this family, but I don't think you should either. Just the same, you still will be moved to the gatehouse. Do you have any objections to this? Tia, like, blinks and is like, I don't really mind watching the gate, to be honest. I was just going around and training the knights, and Calloway does a great job of that already. Varden looks
Calloway says out loud, oh, I get to train them now?
Varden looks at Calloway and is like, leave some of them alive, alright?
Aw, okay.
In the intervening time, he looks over to Ulysses. I think if it is all right, I still wish to station you alongside Kazuya, if only to have another voice of wisdom existing alongside that man. I trust your judgment. I think the additional aid would certainly help us.
Oh, then I'll welcome the opportunity to meet our opponent on closer ground.
Oh man, Varden hears the phrase opponent and he's like, good. And then back to neutral and he's like, I'm glad you all are so understanding of the situation. We currently have very few allies within the city. We have people who profess themselves to be our allies, but we can't be certain of that yet. Any additional piece of information will do the family a great deal of good. As such, I'll be relying on you for that. I hope that's acceptable. Tia looks over to Skyus and kind of shrugs.
Yeah, Skyus will kind of just also shrug while looking at Varden. Yeah, I think we can be plenty reliable in something like this. You know me, I'm pretty good at getting people talking, he says, kind of wiggling his fingers in the air.
Varden looks at you, the most serious man you've seen in your entire life, and he acknowledges your wiggle and he just goes, yes. And it's at that exact point that the door cracks open and a man walks in. Hello, how's the meeting going? Varden whirls around and looks at Kazuya. And you can feel it. For a second, he's about to say, who the hell let you inside?
Oh, wow. Hi, Kazuya. It's going good. What's up?
Kazuya moves inside and sits down next to Varden. Well, has dear Varden here filled you in on the situation? Tia looks over to Skyus again, like Ulysses again, and is like, I think, technically, maybe.
Oh, we were just getting to that part. Why don't you explain it again? It'll be funny hearing it from your mouth.
Ulysses has bowed to greet Kazuya in impeccable Rausian manner and is like, Yoshiharu no Kazuya. It would be, indeed, it would be most appreciated to hear your own words on the subject.
Yes, well, he sits down and sees your bow and actually waves you off it's fine, and then lounges in the chair. He looks at you all and goes, well, the situation the other day involving the Calamity Tempest, I understand that, Miss Tia looks over at Kazuya, went off and assisted, Miss Beretta Pietro, and while I did have a vested interest in seeing how that situation would play out even without intervention, it's frankly not a big deal. At the mention of not a big deal, Varden just... So, from what I understand... He smiles at you. From what I understand, there are procedures, etc., for your night corps. So, instead of it rendering any punishment, I thought that as a gesture of goodwill, I would not only assist with the mansion's construction, because I understand you're still rebuilding things, and from what I understand, your shed exploded recently. Everyone looks at Skyus.
Skyus kind of, his eyes almost sort of drift off to the side a little bit. Yeah, that, he kind of shrugs off a little bit. You know, it's an old building. Things just kind of tend to fall apart sometimes, you know? And I'm sure you know that mansion's probably, that you live in's probably been around for a while. I'm sure there's probably some ghosts in your closets.
Oh, you say that? He's like, yes, of course, every mansion is bound to have a secret or two. He waves his hand. Regardless, I wanted to aid with the recovery effort of not only your mansion, but I also wanted to express a good deal of my own gratitude. My personal library is open for your own perusal, and beyond that, I picked out some of the most fascinating tomes to lend to you. He sort of smiles. And, to boot, I've had a famous statue maker construct quite the wide variety of statues that should match the Camellia aesthetic. I've noticed that your rafters are unadorned. That just won't do. After all, he sort of leans in. All of the statues of the Marigold family were ripped from the roofs of this building along with the, uprising. It's it would only be fitting to fill them with something. Isn't that correct? Tia?
Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to have something to hide behind.
Tia's like, I don't really understand exactly how this is a game, though. Well, here's the fun part. Meet me in my mansion later. We'll discuss the specifics of this. What do you say about 3 p.m.? Yeah, sure, she says, looking over to Skyus.
Yeah, I can make that work. He kind of nods. Although I won't lie, you do have me a little curious about the aesthetics that you're talking about when it comes to those statues.
Oh, they're wonderful, trust me. He gets a big, wide grin. Skyus, you have plans with Seely later, but you remembered Seely genuinely just finds you. You make a plan and then she appears like a ghost from the darkness. He stands up and is like, wow, I wish all of you a very nice day. Walk, walk, walk. Door close, wanders off. Varden, exhale. Trying to figure out what's going on in that man's head is difficult for me.
What an impenetrable entity.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
So, humor him, and if you want, you probably have time to move out to the gatehouse. About now, it's what? He checks his watch. 10 a.m.? Yes, that's plenty of time to move a room. He sort of like straightens himself up. Well, I wish you the best of luck and look forward to hearing your report. He bows and slowly exits off in this direction.
You get a wave from Lilac and then she follows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that went a little better than expected, but way weirder. I don't know what to think about that.
Yeah, I was super sure he was going to demote you.
Me too, honestly.
I was ready to throw a huge fit.
At least you're honest about it.
Calloway putting away the pile of blood packets he kept with him.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Well, if it's cool with you guys, could I get some assistance in moving my stuff over to the gatehouse?
Yeah, congrats on the new room, Pog.
Yeah.
Calloway says Pog.
Calloway is canonically the only character in setting that would say Pog.
He would. It's
What
Russian,
now?
you can understand.
No, I've studied Rajin.
Well, yeah, but
like,
you haven't been there.
She
Oh,
spies.
that's like that place that the this guy snaps his fingers. That Sloopy Shed has one of those.
Sure, I learned about it from a cool old man.
Dude just shrugs. He's like, well, okay. I guess I'm moving out of the barracks, so that's good.
Yeah, you get your own room.
The gatehouse is that, it's like
There's a wall with the little, like, door in it, you know?
yeah, it's like a wall with a little door in it. Does that have wooden floors, do you know?
I think it's got stone floors.
Okay. She puts her hand on the door and slowly cracks it open.
Well, I guess, yeah. It's mostly tile in here, but our room does have wood floor.
That's, probably not a problem for me. She starts to walk, hooves clacking against the ground.
We could put your carpet in there.
I would always suggest that like you can like get yourself some like hoof mitts or something.
Oh, I tried those once. It was just really hard to run on them. Like, you never know when you'll have to take off at breakneck speed.
Maybe something that you can kick off with immense speed to thwart someone that you're chasing.
Oh, she loved that idea.
This guy is having realized what he has just said in this
Yeah.
very moment.
Ulysses just smiles at you, beaming. What a wonderful idea.
And you
I don't know why
realize-
you have to conform to the floor. The floor should conform to you.
I suppose that's a pretty good mentality. She kind of shrugs and's like, I'm gonna ask if anybody has any, like, spare furniture lying around. I think I could bum off of some of the nights if I really wanted to.
I mean, all we got is the stuff in the barracks, and There, you could take some of the training dummies, I guess.
Maybe. I think I've seen like there's like one or two spare just things lying around. Oh, right. There was the bed that was too big to fit. I'm taking that. That's mine.
All right.
Tia moves into the room and starts to pack rapidly.
I'm sure there's
Kelly
some
puts his head
other
in.
odds and ends in offsite storage.
Ooh, yeah,
Do
good
you want
point,
anything-
actually.
Do you want anything from the office? He points at his office that is clearly being used by Tia most of the time.
She's like, no, I kind of like it how it is.
All right.
Well,
Smile.
okay. Okay, let's start hauling. She moves out and hands you a box, Calloway.
He picks it up.
Moves in. Hands you a box, Skyus.
Guys, takes it.
Moves
How
in.
heavy are these Tia boxes? I'm curious.
We're gonna roll. We're gonna see what box you got. First, Callaway box. Those are all of the soft things. Those are knitting supplies, etc. Some clothing. Skyus, you get to slightly heavier stuff. This is like weapon maintenance stuff. It's like, okay. And then finally, Ulysses. Oh, okay. It looks like Tia's carrying the heavy shit herself. She
Oh.
comes back with
Yeah.
her weights.
You want to trade, Skies?
Oh,
Mine's just full
no,
of pillows.
I'll be fine. This guy says man with weenie arms. I think I'll do good.
All right.
Well, let's go
You know the
see.
gatehouse is down. Like I think there's stairs between us and it.
This guy thinks about that for a second. I think I'll be fine.
All right.
At the rate the young master moves, I'm sure that it'll be no problem at all to get there in no time whatsoever.
Oh, Skies want a race?
This guy
What
is
an
such a-
interesting idea!
Oh, yes. Oh, let me drop that. That's from a different time. Oh, yeah, sure. We could do that.
Oh boy, okay. Tia's like, well, if you're racing, I'm gonna take part in that.
Oh wow.
boy.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna lose.
Tia's gonna oh right, I forgot about her Tia's most powerful gift in the game. Horse.
Horse.
It gives her a 1d6 bonus to horse-like activities, such
Like
as
racing.
racing.
I can't use Escape King here, so it's just a flat roll.
Well, here we go. Okay, Tia. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Tia rolled good. Oh, fuck! Callaway rolled even better! Callaway, you tell me how you win the race.
I guess they start running, and he just disappears. And then the next time they see him, he's in the house. He's in the gatehouse.
You guys make your way down to the gatehouse and drop off Tia's stuff there. You spend the remainder of the afternoon, one after the other, carrying boxes to and from the gatehouse. You manage to set it up as something of an effective living situation. It's
Rough.
It's a little prison-like. It's like slightly prison-like, but we'll talk about we'll get to
Congrats
that.
on the new room. It's so nice.
It's there's a draft. But
Look, we can just put some curtains over those. Like, oh wow, are those just iron bars that lead straight up? Oh wow, there's not even a window there. Okay.
given time, you all make your way down to Kazuya's mansion, and we get to the mini-game part of this session. Okay, so let me grab a few characters. This one. Okay, and then I'm gonna do one more. If this makes the number odd, I don't care. Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay, there we go. You make your way down to Kazuya's mansion. Over here. Get McFucking ready. All of you have been invited over by the most auspicious Yoshihara no Kazuya. Cassius, this is a job, officially speaking.
Oh,
Joy.
He hired?
He hired you for this afternoon. You are being paid money for this.
Wonderful.
Joy,
Huh?
This is a favor to Kazuya. Oh, right. I gotta draw. Oh, the boy is here. Excellent. This is a favor to Kazuya and a way to get to know him better. He finally gave you that callback, and he said, "Well, there's one way for us to bond," and then he said, "Come over. It'll be fun."
Networking, baby!
Beretta.
Why am I here?
Beretta, you got a call from your dad that Kazuya wanted you specifically for this. Apparently an effort to mend fences.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, no one trusts this. Ulysses,
It's fine.
Ulysses, you're here as expected. And finally, the maids.
I love them.
The three most chaotic maids. And of course, a special guest and the one who carved all of your statues. Everyone waves at Carver. He just quietly sits in the back. So, Kazuya, he gestures around and is like, "So, welcome everyone. To celebrate this particular, is it a promotion, Captain Tiara?" Tia's like, "What? I don't think it's a promotion. I didn't get demoted. I guess I got my own
Reassignment,
house."
perhaps.
Reassignment is the correct term. Well, to celebrate this reassignment, I thought we could engage in something of a little game. Tia blinks.
Starting to feel like Saw.
Today, I would like the aligned powers of the Calamity Tempest, Gylardia, the Camellia family, and a representative of the city of Indigo itself to functionally, let's have a good-natured test of the captain's abilities.
Oh, wait, what? Shit, I'm here to represent Gylardia?
You're representing the entirety of the
Yes.
This is all a test of my ability. Everyone is baffled by this. He's like, yes, of course. So, here's the way the game is going to work. Captain Tiara, yeah? You're going to do your best to make sure that no one smuggles anything past the gate. Tia blinks a few times. And the rest of you, it's your job to be honest merchants, / suppliers, etc. And, well, it's also your job to try to sneak past whatever you can. She points over to Tia. She will be guarding the gate, making sure that nothing untoward makes it into the Camellia Manor. However, it is your job to, through whatever means possible, raise your point total as high as you can. He gestures with his hands. So, let me illustrate how this game is played. All of you, except for Captain Tiara, will be supplied with 5 barrels. He motions down to the barrels. Additionally, we have goods scattered about the manor. It will be your job to fit these goods into those barrels, 1 good per barrel, and deliver them past Captain Tiara Tsubaki. He moves back in this direction, sweeping his arms grandly. Now, in order to determine the winner of this little game, because what fun is a game without a winner? You will be awarded points for each thing that you bring past her. So, let's say, he walks over and he picks up this stack of books. I want to bring these books past Tiara Tsubaki. I would simply lift them up and shove them in this barrel. He does so. Let's go. And then I would mark this blue. I would do this for all 5 of my barrels, and then I would walk up to the gate and Tiara Tsubaki would be left with a choice. She could either choose to inspect the contents of each of my barrels, or she could trust that I've only included what I've said I've included. He smiles, a wide smile. It's basically a bluffing/lying game. Now, here's the fun thing, the point totals. All of those objects, the books, the hay, and the statues, are all simply worth 3 points. If you put them in a barrel and carry them across the threshold, you will earn 3 points for yourself. As such, if you play the game 100% earnestly, you will simply earn 15 points. He then jumps himself up on a barrel, but here's the fun part. What if you decided to get spicy with it? He taps this barrel. What if, instead of, say, having a barrel of books here, I filled it with objects that weighed about as much as books? He quickly shuffles past the maids and into his room and comes back with a bunch of urns and then mashes them all down in the barrel. At the end of
crunching pottery.
Crunching pottery in the barrel. At the end of all of this, if I manage to successfully sneak all of this pottery past Tiara Tsubaki, I myself, Yoshihara no Kazuya, would grade it on a degree of smuggling unacceptability. He smiles. The more positively outrageous the object you smuggle past the gatehouse, the more points it's worth. For example, this pottery makes a loud noise when jangled about. He shakes the barrel back and forth. So if I told her that it was books, and I'd mark it like this, I would probably be given away almost instantly. But if I somehow managed to pull the wool over her eyes, he gets close to Tia, then I would be awarded, instead of 3 points for that, 4 points, or maybe even 5 points. They're graded on a scale of 1 to 5. He smiles again, beaming at all of you. So, for each of you, I have provided a set of 5 barrels. Fill them as you see fit. He moves over in this direction. Tia puts up a hand. Question? Yes. How do I win this game? Oh, you want a win condition as well. Okay, he full sense paces. In that case, how about this? If you falsely inspect a barrel from anyone, and it is exactly what the person says it is, say this barrel of books, he cracks it open, and you look through and discover it is indeed only books, you lose points. Oh, I see. And if I catch them smuggling? Well, instead of them gaining, say, 5 points for smuggling something absurd, you would gain those 5 points instead. I see. Okay. Yeah, that seems simple enough. Well, so, any questions about the game, everyone? Right, some restrictions really quick. He claps his hands again. Within each barrel, you can only store one type of good, so, for example, if you put books in your barrel, you have to mark it with the blue barrel. If you put a statue in that barrel, you have to mark it yellow. However, he raises a finger, if you want to mess with things, just lie. Say that there's a statue in that barrel. Or say that there's hay inside of it. He grins, smiles, and looks at everyone. It's a trick to see how much not only our captain trusts you, but to see if she's a good judge of character. Isn't that a rather important quality for a gate guard? He smiles at you all again.
Beretta raises a hand.
Yes.
I assume we're competing for more than just arbitrary points?
Oh, do you want a reward at the end of this?
Yes.
Well, how about this? One wish that's within my power to grant.
Okay.
If you ask for something stupid, I will turn it down, though.
I never ask for anything stupid.
Tia like looks over to Skies and is like, hey, do you think if one of us won, we could just directly ask him, hey, what's your secret plan?
Skies thinks about that for a second. Honestly, we could say that, but then he could easily shrug it off and go, oh, that's a stupid question. Why would anybody ask me that? Secrets? I don't have secrets. But one thing we could do is that we could get him into a scenario where he has to answer no matter what.
I like the way that you think. Well, regardless, yeah, okay, cool. In that case, what should I be doing? She, like, blinks and looks over Kazu's like, oh, go wait at your gatehouse. All right. She's like, oh, yeah, of course, that makes perfect sense.
Ulysses is gonna walk over to Tia. Well, then I suppose I will see you there. He's going to sort of, like, good luck. He's going to shake her hand.
She shakes back.
Very quietly, he'll say, you know, he wants more out of this than just the game.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the angle still. At least in the meantime, it seems kind of fun. She shrugs.
Well,
I kind of want to see what she pulls.
we all do.
And then she turns over and looks at Skyus and looks him dead in the eyes and stares deep into his eyes. And she realizes something. She realizes the nature of what your magic is, and her gaze gets increasingly intense.
Skyus sweats a little. Oh, what is it? Is there something wrong?
Tia's like, I'm gonna need to try very hard. She like smiles and like walks over to you two in the back. And is like, well, okay, volleyball partner, good luck on this.
Oh yeah, you too.
They high five and she moves over to Cassius and's like, thanks for going along with his whims.
No problem. He paid me to do this. It's an official case through my agency.
Oh, he paid you, huh? And the rest of us are just doing this pro bono.
Yeah, did you piss him off?
I
like
can't. I can't imagine I did. Really, the reason just slips my mind. Tia like walks over here and is like, okay, everyone, I guess I'll be waiting at the top of the stairs. Yes, they'll be approaching one at a time. I'll make sure to send them over. And, oh, right, the last condition. The barrels. You have to be able to still lift them. Like, you will personally be carrying them some portion of the distance.
Oh, crap.
Oh, that's fine. Cassius looks shit like this literally every day.
He's like, well, in that case, I felt like I should at the very least say that. Ta-da, Tiara! She sort of like waves, wishes everyone good luck, and
just see Ulysses nod at you with a look that says, be careful.
Yeah, she's gonna fuck off. So, here's how this is gonna work. Basically, we have 2, 3, 5 players who will who are going to be jamming stuff into barrels. You guys, there are sets of 5 barrels spread out through the mansion. I trust you all to go to your respective set of barrels, futz with those as you wish. Take whatever goods you want from here, put them in, find your own if you want to. And here's the other thing that I'm going to do. I want you all to RP out what you're gonna do. Now, I imagine if you're gonna pull some fuckery, you can leave the mansion and go do that elsewhere. If you're like, man, I gotta go find this in the city, etc. You can go do that. The city is open for you if you want to do fuckery. You're welcome to that. But in the meantime, what I'm going to be doing is actually going on deaf mute and letting you guys do this on your own, and you'll mark the barrels on your own. And Mask, if you could functionally officiate this, as you're the one who's playing two characters here.
Yeah!
If you could make sure that everything runs smooth and everyone does their discussions, etc. Feel free to RP as much as you guys want. Just don't talk to my characters because I won't be here. Furthermore, one last thing. If you are, say, a noodly boy, I have provided you with the 3 maids who can join your team and assist. However, all of them are demons. So, by choosing one of them to assist you, you open your life to a new layer of hell. So, these are all your options. If you have any questions, come hit me up. I'm going to go to a different map, not look at anything. J-Man, if you want to take GM fiat and authority, even though you're a player at any point during this, do it.
So the goal is just to get as much of this stuff as we can into a barrel. So like theoretically, one of these fits in one barrel.
Yes, one of each fits in one barrel, and once you fit it in, you have to mark the barrel for like what it is. So like, say you want to put books in a barrel, right? You put books in a barrel and then you mark it with a blue stamp. And you go, there are books in this barrel. One book fits in one barrel, one hay fits in one barrel. You can't put a book and a hay in a single barrel. I mean, you could if if like some fuckery were involved. But you can pull some whack shit. I intend for you all to just be creative about this. And what Tia will do is you are going to, let's say this over here is Tia's gatehouse. You will all walk past Tia one by one, and let's say it's Skyus. Skyus will be like, hey, here is my blue book barrel. And Tia will go, shake, shake. I don't know about this. Or she'll go, tell me about the books in these barrels. And you guys will RP out, and she'll try to dig down into you, and she will need to make a decision. Am I cracking this barrel open or not? If you successfully sneak something by, let's say this wasn't a book at all. Let's say that this was, a treasure chest. Fuck it. Tia would be like, how the fuck? And you would gain more points than if you just snuck a normal object past. So it's very risk-reward, and you do this barrel by barrel, and Skyus would go through all 5 of his. And Tia needs to determine if he is lying on a barrel-by-barrel basis. So, that's the way the game's gonna be played. Any remaining questions?
The reason we're doing this is to test Tia's abilities?
Yes.
So theoretically... never mind.
You need to decide.
It's morally okay to lie in this situation.
It's morally
Cassius.
okay to lie because it is a game. It was established to be a fun game for everyone.
Because I'm having a hard time.
Yeah.
Just lie, Cassius.
Justifying why Cassius would lie to Tia's face.
Don't you want to wish, Cassius?
This man has nothing to offer me that I can't get myself.
Yeah, then you don't have to lie. This could be the easiest decision in the universe for you. But here's the mind game. But what if Cassius is lying? This is the part that I need to decide. This is RP fodder. So, like, if you decide, like, Cassius has no reason to lie in this, he's just going 100% legit, do that. Or, if you're like, you know what, Cassius will be a little bit of a cheeky fuck, or, man, maybe Cassius will throw this on purpose to get Tia points. All valid options.
Okay.
So, with that, I'm going to go on deaf mute.
Go away, Jay.
I'm going away. I'm going to a different map. Tia walks her way back to the Camellia Mansion. This long staircase is relatively uncomfortable, and moving up this would be quite the difficult task for a horse. I'm talking the 4-legged kind, and not Tiara Tsubaki, who still struggles up the steps to some extent, but she manages to move through the area with a certain lightness. It almost seems like her step is alleviated somewhat. Perhaps an effect of her magic. She makes her way up to what will soon be her new home. Adorning the path on either side is deep woodlands, unkempt grass, and various gorgeous trees. The trial that anyone has to pass should they wish to arrive at the Camellia Mansion. She returns, and with a smile on her face, lets the cool autumn breeze play over her, and her hair cascades backwards. She looks down on the city at large. This vantage point functions as a good way to see the rest of Indigo, almost a natural pinion tower. The path ahead pitches back towards the Camellia Mansion, putting it on par with the canals, but this place functions as a raised bed, one that she'd call her home.
So as she gets close to the door, someone's on the roof, and you see a hand go down in front of her, and he's like, "Hey T, you're back sooner than I thought."
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That she backs up a few paces. That looks like a Callaway perch to me.
It is. Hops down.
Well, okay, so here's what happened. She walks forward and explains the game, and it takes like 25 minutes.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
That's almost... do you think this is better or worse than the demotion?
Oh, definitely better. I think it'll be fun.
Okay, good.
She smiles. I have to admit, I wasn't really expecting something like this from Kazuya.
I was.
She shrugs and walks. It's like, well...
I just thought you were going to be gone until, like, the end of the day. I was kind of confused. I was like, there's no way a game only took, like, what, 30 minutes with him?
Yeah, looks like we're playing over here. Cracks the door, walks in.
You finished moving all your stuff in.
It's a little desolate, but not too bad.
Yeah, I think it's kind of nice. I think it's better than being forced to sleep in the bunks, right? Right?
Tia,
right?
Tia, all of your stats, your stat that would say this is better than the bunks is wounded, so she can't say that. She looks around and is like, I don't know. I think I'll miss the bunks, actually. There was a real sense of like family and community here. This place is a little desolate and cracks door remote.
Peeks in. I think your room's kind of cute. I think we can like work on it, and like, you know, I'm sure that me and Skyus and Elixia, everyone will come over and visit, so it won't feel empty or desolate. I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It is nice. The rug is nice. The floor is hard.
Yeah, we could maybe try and get one of those long running rugs in the hall. Do you think that would make it better?
She like shrugs and she's like, the hall, the bricks are packed together tight enough that I can just walk across them. The problem is what you're standing on. She gestures over to it.
Well, we can, if you want, you can take the rug from my office and put it in here, and I can get a new one.
Tia processing. That's the rug that she bought.
Yep. That's her rug. That's pretty much her office. It's his.
Yeah, maybe I'll borrow the rug. I don't know. It's got a nice look to it, I guess.
It might clash with all the pink and red in here, though.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. They arm me up with this stuff.
Well, you know, they do love you.
Yeah.
I'm sure the knights were like, oh, here, take this and this and this, and they just filled your arms up with things.
You got a correct read.
I bet if you said, oh, well, the floor is so hard on my hooves and the rug only covers half my room, they'd find another one.
She sighs. You're not wrong. I just wonder how they're getting this stuff, or like with what money. We don't... The salary of the knights isn't exactly spectacular.
No, but also, it's not like we had much to spend it on in the compound.
Fair enough.
I feel like everyone's been kind of saving up for a while. You were the only one who really had things to spend it on as the captain.
I guess, yeah, that explains why everybody's been hitting the city pretty hard.
Yeah, you spent all of your captain's salary getting new training equipment for them when they needed it. They didn't have to.
Tia visibly sighs. Yeah, fair enough. She like looks around and like out at the city. There is a window, like, how do I phrase this? This door is airtight so that the cold air doesn't blow in. There is a hole in the wall with bars on it over here that leads out to the city at large. She's like, okay, Calloway, honest read. Am I, how do I put this? Am I like wasting my time in the city? Be honest with me.
Well, okay. Wasting your time is subjective to the person with the time, you know?
Yeah.
People say that I waste my time sitting in the office and staring at the trees, but I don't think I'm wasting my time.
What's your
I'm
subjective?
biding my time.
I see. What's your subjective opinion then?
Well, so far, what have you done in the city? You came here early and you went to the beach. That was fun. You had a good time, so I don't think that was a waste. And then you came back and you helped us move in. Did you have fun with that?
I did.
And you were doing work, so I can't say that was a waste. You're being productive.
Yeah, I've mostly spent my time doing that, and sometimes I don't know how to put it. It feels like the nights always go out every night or two and do something. For me, it just hits a boiling point, and then I go out dancing somewhere, and I come back the next morning, and I have a wicked hangover to sleep off.
Nods. Well, you do work really hard. It is your job to work really hard. So I can't say that you're wasting your time. You're being productive, but is being productive in that way what you wish you were doing? Probably not.
Huh.
If you're feeling so questionable about it. Maybe you should be lazier.
She shrugs and she's like, well, I don't know if I necessarily hate the productivity. In fact, it sort of gives me a sense of belonging. It's just different than what everybody else is doing, so...
Is it dissatisfying to you?
No, just, it's different.
That's probably fine.
I'm noticing increasing ways that, I guess I'm sort of a little different than others, and I don't know if they're okay or not.
No one makes fun of me or gives me shit. Well, that's not true. Everyone does give me shit for being lazy.
Yeah, they do. There's an implied rightfully so behind it.
But like when I have actual free time and I'm spending it as I please, you know, when I'm supposed to be being lazy. When it's like my business if I'm lazy and I'm being lazy, everyone doesn't say anything. It's okay if I spend my time writing poetry and looking at trees. No one gives me shit. They only do it when I'm doing it on hours.
Oh my god, Tia, how you thinking about that? Ah, I see, Blue Stat, you're not going to chew him out this time. Oh wait, no, Blue Stat, that is the one that would make her chew you out. It's like, she's like, yeah, you know what, I'm kind of glad that they do that. But, yeah, you're right, I guess, in general.
I think if Izana really needed me to do something else, she would tell me. Generally, when people need me to do things, they tell me to do things, and when they don't tell me to do things, they have something they want me to be doing, but they haven't told me. If they told me, I would be doing it. But they haven't, so I don't know that I need to be doing it, even though they seem to think I do.
So you don't do it?
No.
Do you think you have a good enough read of the intent of others to, like, figure out what they want from you?
No, that's why I get chewed out all the time.
Fair enough. She smiles. Well, we're gonna see how good I can read others.
Oh, I'll watch. It'll be funny.
Yeah, don't worry. I've got this first one. If it's bad, like, you can laugh or whatever.
I will.
She smiles to herself and is like, it's just a game after all. And then she moves in, and you can feel it. You can feel salty Tia brooding under the surface. You know how she gets when she loses.
Okay.
Speaking of which, the first person approaches. Cassius, how are you getting these barrels up here? One by one, or?
Oh, yeah, one by one. They're full
Okay.
of books. That's heavy.
Okay.
And like
so
he can carry things, but it's still heavy, so it's one by one.
Let's
he comes,
say-
he
yeah.
comes in and he sets a barrel down. He's like, "I'll be right back. I got more of them. I gotta pick up."
And eventually a line is formed on the far side. This is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and Cassius Kerchunk at the very end.
Okay. Yep.
Tia,
These are all books.
all books. Okay. Well, I guess I should start with a few questions.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna think to herself, what's the best way to do this? What is the most tactical way to approach this problem? Yeah, it's Cassius. We get a genuinely normal theme here. Okay. Well, I suppose I should ask the most obvious question. You said they're books. You're
Yep.
certain you're telling the truth about that. What Tia's going to do is stare at you intensely, and with her eyes and unblinking, unfaltering smile, attempt to pressure you. She is going to ignite and attempt to lock you out of one of your dice if she manages to beat your roll to die. So, here we go. Tia, you're gonna grab this stat. So,
What is your swing right now? Okay, good.
so
roll
roll to die versus that. Okay, Tia's gonna choose to lock you out of your let's say you're yellow
Okay.
for this.
Okay, that would be the one that he relied on for lying. Which is fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine and normal. So yeah, she's gonna lock you out of your yellow and then lean in and really examine your face. And she's like, so you're certain these are just books?
Yep.
So it'd be okay if I just walked over and picked them up?
Yep.
So here's how this works. Tia's going to roll to do versus this pile of books. Oh, I gotta ignite for her. She's going to. Tia, blue, ignite, blue. She's going to move over and she's going to roll to do to pick up this crate of books and she's gonna shake it around. And if I roll a 15 or above, you have to give me the read of whether or not it feels like the weight of books, etc. And if she rolls higher than a 20, you have to tell me whether or not it feels like the weight of books with accuracy. At a 15 plus, you just give an impression. At a 20 plus, you tell me with accuracy. Anything below that, she doesn't get shit.
Okay. I will also note, Cassius has a huge, big smile on his face.
Just going to roll like this. Okay, she doesn't get shit. She picks
It's like a barrel of books.
I don't know about that. Hey, Cassius. What do you think about this game?
I think it's a little silly.
That's nice.
And it kind of feels like they are setting you up to make you look like a fool, which does not, I don't like it.
Ah, I see. She looks at you dead in the face. Well, in that case, I think I will crack open this very first barrel of books.
He gets a really big smile on his face.
Okay, Roma, tell me what's inside this barrel of books.
Frozen blocks of gravy with flowers in them.
Tia looks down at this and is like,
He has a big old smile on his face. Barbados told me you like flowers and gravy. And Greta said it would be really cool if I froze them.
Well, thank you? She looks,
And you got points because I was cheating.
she switches into a genuine beaming grin, and you can tell when it's the happy Tia expression. She loves this. And before you left, Kazuya went through and judged the absurdity of each of your goods, and Kazuya will deem this frozen blocks of gravy with flowers in them is like, wow, that's batshit. I'll give you 5 points if you get that past her, which means the horse gains 5 points. I'm just gonna mark the maximum as 100.
Cassius
So,
smiles and he's like, I really thought you would get it just because of how cold the barrel was going to end up being, but it wasn't actually that cold.
oh, I see. Well, that's great. 1 barrel down. She moves it over. The Kazi of Judgment looms in the corner. Just hold on. This is very important. So, first barrel down. Tia's received 5 points. So, what's up with the second barrel?
It's a barrel of books.
She places her face to the side of it and smudges into it.
Cassius, the big smile Cassius had goes away, and he kind of gets like a little bit of a sweat on his face. he's like, it's a barrel of books.
Barrel of books?
It is a barrel of books.
I see. She jangles it around. She's going to test the weight of it. We're going to see.
It is a barrel of books.
You don't get shit. She's like, Well, we're gonna see. Do I hear any sloshing noises? She shakes it again. Cassius, I think I'm going to have to examine your perfectly normal barrel of books.
I really don't think you should examine that barrel of books.
Time to just. Oh, Tia trusts
Horse time.
you. Horse time. My God, could this be a strategy? Could he be pulling a double? No, it's Cassius. Okay, I won't check this one.
You should not check any of the rest of my barrels of books.
Okay, well, we'll still do it one at a time. She moves it over and then cracks open the barrel. What's inside of it?
A barrel of books?
She takes her penalty and is like, well, fair enough.
Yeah, you really shouldn't open up the rest of my barrels of books.
She walks past and pats you on the shoulder and is like, yeah, that's what I get for not following your advice. She's like, to tell you the truth, I do pretty much trust you implicitly, especially in a game like this. I just, I don't know, I wouldn't have been able to let it go. She carries this across and puts it down, and when it crosses this back line, it has officially been moved through the checkpoint, and then may be opened earnestly. What is inside this?
A barrel of books.
She will take her 3 points, and you will receive 3 points as well. Yes. So you also received double points because she fucked up the last time.
Okay, so I get 6 points.
You get 6 points, then 3, so you're at 9. And Tia will move this one over and directly across.
That is a barrel of books.
That is a normal ass barrel of books. Excellent. Okay. In that case, she will get 3 points, and she's gonna do the same with the last.
It is a normal barrel of books.
Y'all get your points. Let's say +3. Okay. Tia's now at 11 points. She hasn't been robbed of anything. She sort of smiles and is like, "Well, thanks, Cassius. Seriously. Oh, do you want to check out She almost says something and then gets flushed in a moment.
What's up?
I almost just called it. Do you want to check out my pad? She
He kind of he's like, oh, the barracks, or did they give you a new room?
No, I'm gonna be staying out here. Sorry, I used a word that Calloway would.
Calloway in the back giggling.
She walks
Don't
you
worry,
over.
Calloway's like, don't worry, I'll watch the gate. They'll never expect it to be me.
Tia leads you back in this direction and shows you her situation in the back.
Oh, it's kind of drafty in here. Oh, okay, this room is nice.
It's pretty cozy. It's nice. I'm warming up to it, I guess.
Well, it'll be nice to have some privacy, right?
She thinks. How long's she been in those barracks? It's been like a decade plus. She's like, yeah, having my own room again is pretty nice.
Yeah, you could have like a date or something in here. You couldn't really bring a date over to the barracks, right?
I hadn't considered that. I wonder. Tia's processing things. Huh. Okay, I'm starting to understand. Okay. Yeah, no, processing it. I'm understanding that a lot of nightly funds go towards renting hotel rooms.
Huh?
No, it's fine. I'm just putting 2 and 2 together.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad they're having fun.
He's like, this face. They keep moving. She's like pushing him back this way. And he's like, okay. Now that I've finished, do I just go back through the gate?
Yeah. I guess. Do you want to just go hang out at the manor? I'm sure the maids will serve you like tea or something.
Okay. I think Skyus is next. I'll just wait for him on the other side.
Cool. She walks over. It's like, thanks for watching, Calloway.
He gives her a thumbs up and comes back to the corner. Cassius is going to come sit over on his barrel and wait for Spice so that he doesn't go into the Kelly Manor alone and get jumped.
Yeah, fair.
Cassius, Hydrangea brings you a cup of tea.
Oh, he drinks it.
Smiles,
move.
goes back to post.
You go back to your post, and Tio waits, and Skyus, you reach the top. How are you and the maids carrying all of these?
Oh boy, so it's had to be a bit of a group effort for some of these, I won't lie. For it, like I imagine for like a few of them, like 2 people have had to like pick it up and carry it together and whatnot. For the ones that contain the books, it hasn't been too bad, you know, but it's still a fucking barrel. And for the ones that contain hay, usually only one person needs to carry it, and it's fine.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you go.
This guy scoots on up and then turns around as they begin to move all these back up, and it's like, oh, thanks for helping move all these up. I appreciate it. Oh, one of the barrels is gone. Where'd it go?
Where'd it go?
Fuck. It went over to the right?
It got slingshotted.
It got slingshotted. Wait, what type of barrel was it?
Fuck. Goddamn. Well, let me count my barrels. Hold on.
It goes rolling down the stairs.
We got 2 5s now. Oh god, now my camera's slingshotting. What's happening? Alright, yeah, it was barrel number 4. Let me double check what fucking... Okay. Alright, that's fine. Wait, what's the barrel number 4? God, yes, it was. Okay. Skyus finishes carrying it all up and thanks the maids for their assistance and looks at them. Oh, any of you want to help in the examining process Tia's about to do?
I don't think I'll be much help. I think Peony's better at lying.
Yes, I am the best at lying.
Oh yeah, sure, you can help. Skyus proceeds forward and walks in and waves Tia, and I'm gonna drag the barrels up here while they do that.
Tia's like leaning on the counter and like salutes, is like, hey, welcome to the guard post. I'm the noble Captain Tiara Tsubaki, here to make sure that you're not bringing any illicit goods or anything like that. Tia's having fun. She's smiling.
Oh wow. He thinks to himself about that for a second. Well, I can assure you. And suddenly, he gets a different expression on his face. A darker, more grim expression, but he doesn't have one of those pugs, so, you know. He goes, only one of my goods here are not allowed up ahead.
One is, huh? Tia also gets a Death Note expression.
Skyus rubs his chin.
Peony is like, oh, they're operating on another level.
Skyus rubs his chin. Yes, that's right. He takes a walk around. As you can see, each one of these have been properly labeled, but I can assure you that only one of these has something that is not allowed within the rules up ahead. He gestures around, but I will tell you one other thing. He walks around and starts patting each barrel as he goes by. 3 of these contain legal objects. However, they are in the shape of a different object.
I see. Yeah, this is more or less what I was worried about. She gets to thinking and she's like, so, let's say this one over here for the sake of the argument. She pats the barrel. This one, I believe, should be, what was the red marker again? She scratches her chin. That was hay, was it?
That's correct.
But this hay could be in the shape of a statue, but it's still hay.
That's right.
Furthermore, with the way you phrased things, examining the rules especially closely, she moves in. Cassius, you feel the aura of like a thundercloud in the distance as these two approach each other. But the way you said it, there's nothing to say that you didn't just reconfigure perhaps 2 or maybe even 3 objects together to equal the weight of another one. Isn't that the case?
Gaius rubs his chin. That's an awfully creative assumption you've come to there. he looks at her for a second. But no, I can assure you, only 3 of these objects have been changed. I have not added more than 1 object to each container.
A lightning strike again. Tia's like, no way, I thought I had him there. Hold on, is he telling the truth here?
You could want to roll to do versus Gaius's roll to die.
Yeah, she is. She's going to she's gonna give it a fucking shot.
You have a good fucking chance. He'll lock in this one.
Oh, she beats it by none. She loses.
Damn. You can't tell if Gaius is lying or not. It's weird. You normally the games you play with Gaius are weird, fucked up chase games. You never before have had to solve a fucking riddle.
A riddle and a logic puzzle. Okay, this is fun in its own right. Tia, how you feeling about? Well, she has to. She's only thinking. She's focused entirely on you. Well, in that case, she moves over, and something happens as she lifts up this barrel to give it a shake. She clashes with the concept of the barrel itself, being locked into her red stat as well. So, we're gonna roll for barrel.
Roll for that fucking barrel. I made it lock in Gaius's red, and this roll will do as that.
Yeah, that works great.
Alright, I'll just use the previous roll to die. Alright, I don't think Gaius can feasibly beat this. No! Tia, you pick up this barrel and you give it a shake and you realize it's as light as a feather. You don't even hear any noises inside this barrel.
Yet it's still... Yet he said it was hay. How fascinating. Does it feel like it weighs less than hay?
Yes, it feels like it weighs like nothing.
She spins and slams the barrel down on the ground. I'll be inspecting this one.
Gaius sweats a little. Oh, please, go ahead. If you're okay with losing points, that is.
Well, fortunately for me, I've already built up quite a lead. Even if I lose out here, I'll be gaining valuable information. She swings the barrel around, and now...
He only sneezes.
She stops and turns. That sneeze. What was that?
Peony just sneezed.
Come on, T, don't be so paranoid.
A sneeze, huh? At this time of autumn. Don't you understand? Flu season just passed. We're in a period of time known as Good Health Autumn. A sneeze would be uncharacteristic. It's almost like she's trying to send me a message.
She's waving the money.
LA is doing the same thing with the money he was just offering her.
She stops. And Tia, we're gonna have you reflect at this moment. It's time to vanish into your own head for a little bit, Tia. It's time to big think. That sneeze could have meant anything. It could have been a signal to Skias or a signal to me. Plus, what's she and Calloway doing? When I look at the factors as a whole, weighting them one against the other, there's a little too much to consider. It is Good Health Fall, but at the same time, she looks closer at Peony. That's right. The horses. She fell in the water dragging those horses out. She could just have a cold right now. But wait. Peony. She stops and thinks, she could have anticipated me overthinking it. So, as a result, oh boy. She looks over at Peony. With a look of pure benevolence on her face, you're pretty sure. I hope you get well soon, Peony.
You fool.
And then she carries the barrel across and puts it down, putting it in the safe zone. And then she's going to crack it open. What is inside this barrel?
Tia, you crack the barrel open without inspecting it initially, and you see inside of it.
Her gaze shifts back to Peony, and you feel something. You feel a weight and a pressure. The pressure of betrayal.
Perhaps you shouldn't have screwed me on those non-fungible horses.
Cowboy looks at you. Good luck.
Good thing she doesn't live at the manor anymore.
But she does have the keys to your house.
Tia re-enters. The aura in the room has changed entirely. An overwhelming weight. She moves past, and Skyus, you're used to this expression being deployed at you primarily,
Yeah.
but this once you feel it aimed at someone else. You really should take care of that cough.
I'm in danger.
Natalie starts laughing. Absolutely.
After all, you never know when you might catch your death. She places a hand on top of the barrel and turns to Skyus.
When will the waltz of revenge end?
Now, tell me, what's inside of this one?
Skyus looks at the barrel. Oh, why, that's none other than a plain old barrel of books. Of course, unless you're feeling suspicious that this might be one of the imposter barrels.
Imposter barrels, that's right. If I was organizing these things, I'd probably make a similar bluff like he just made. I was about to see through it, and then that made. Her gaze refixates on Peony. If I was playing from that point, I think I'd try to anticipate one move into the future. That's right. After being fooled once, I would immediately strike back. Following this diverted timeline, I can Tia sees it in her head. Two branching paths, one spiraling towards a brilliant future where she wins the game, another cruel demise. She follows, grasping forwards towards the timeline. She reaches out and she picks up the barrel. She places one hand on the lid. Books, huh? She's going to roll to do. She shakes it and gains no information. Does it feel about as heavy as books?
It feels about as heavy as books.
The paths twist in her head once more. She chooses in this moment to pursue the path that this maid diverted her from. She leads it across the way and puts it down. Okay, what's in this barrel?
You look in that barrel, and it's indeed books.
Tia fist pumps. Yes! She gains her points.
Sky takes this moment and drags the last three barrels back in the room and looks over at Peony. For a second, Peony, we have to say something.
No.
Yeah. Sky looks back at Tia. Well, would you look at that? Looks means there's only three possible options left. And you already know, them three of these has already been taken altered shapes. But then here's the last dilemma, looking at Tia. Did I lie about altering their shapes? Or is it actually truthful?
Tia, seems shocked. The prospect had never crossed her mind. Could the rules themselves that he set forth be a lie? Tiara Tsubaki, she spent her entire life relying on duty, handed to her by the Camellia family. Their rules, absolute, the very grounding points of her worldview. Yet in this moment, someone that she's known for her entire life has established a fact. He's thrown it into question. It would be the same as telling someone that gravity doesn't exist. In fact, we're being held down by giant magnets. She simply had assumed and operated up to this point. She takes a step forwards. Right now, she's in uncharted territory. She takes another step. What is real and what is not? Could Skyus be lying? She takes a step forward and gets very close to you. The camera dims slightly as she places herself close to your face. Her expression, her pupils form needle-thin points. You wouldn't do something like that, right? Just lie about the rules? She's gonna roll to try to ascertain whether or not you're telling the truth. Roll to die versus this.
Yeah, you don't know. You look at Skyus, but then all you can see in Skyus's eyes are nothing more than the reflection of your own. As you see, he is currently wearing his sunglasses. You look within your own eyes, and all you see is self-doubt.
He's hiding himself behind those damn glasses. I thought that they were just a cheap ploy, something he picked up off the side of the street. I didn't realize he'd thought this far ahead. I've underestimated him. Tia imagines herself in the middle of a great void, a yawning black sea. I'm adrift. I can't even see the stars. I'm just sinking into the darkness. She throws a hand out and moves and puts it on top of the barrel. Sweat beads on her brow.
Peony sneezes.
Could that be a double bluff? Or perhaps a triple bluff? In this utter darkness, none can tell. She picks up the barrel and she shakes it and she gets nothing. So this is supposed to be hay, right?
That's correct.
How heavy does it feel?
It's heavier than hay. But are you sure?
She sweats.
You know Skyus' magic well. He can easily turn something that's as light as hay to heavy as steel if he wanted to.
Well, I would be a fool to fall for the same trick twice, but I'd be an even bigger fool to play to her game. In this case, I'll take the game into my own hands. She puts a hand on top of the barrel and throws it open.
You open the barrel and you look inside Tia, and inside you see a statue.
She throws her hands up. A look of pure joy crossing her face.
You almost hear the Phoenix Wright style crack as Skyus' expression changes. Oh well, looks like you got one right. He takes a step back, having removed his sunglasses. But I can guarantee you, you're not gonna get the next two right. His facial expression once again shifts back.
She smiles and moves past, and for a second, Peony, you're the one who sees it. That wicked, deranged grin! She moves over and is like, now tell me, that rule you said. She puts a hand on top of this. How many of the altered shape barrels do we have left at this point, if your rule is true?
There would be 2 left.
2 left, huh? Okay, you say this one's books?
Yes, that's books.
Tia puts her hand on top of it. She's been thinking every single step of the way, trying to draw herself to a certain conclusion, various tells from the people around her. But in this moment, they've done something that they haven't done before. She looks back at the two of them. They've given her nothing to go off of. Before, she could read deep, 5 to 6 layers deep into the psychology of the current motion. However, this next one, it's true oblivion. It's the same as Tia sees it in her head. A coin flinging through the air. A coin flip. So, she must make a decision now. She must acquire more information. She turns over to Skyus and is like, so these are books, right?
That's right. Those are books. Just like the ones you would have seen piled up at the Yoshihara mansion. Just like the ones you cracked open earlier.
So, you've changed the shape of these books, presumably.
Yeah, probably. Unless that is if you believe me.
Yeah, do me a favor. Tell me, what type of shape would you make these books? Just for curiosity's sake.
Well, given the nature of paper having originated from biological materials, it'd be fun to turn it back into a shape similar to a biological material. So why wouldn't I shred it into shreds like hay?
Like hay. She moves over, returning it to the state that it would have been. That does sound like Skyus. She puts a hand on top of the barrel, and she pauses there for a second, thinking. But at the same time, if he was going to change its nature, its shape, is he enough of a trickster to turn it into hay? Another object? Or would he do something different? She reflects deeply on herself and looks over to Skyus. She's going to swallow hard, trust her instincts, and then walk. I choose to trust your rule. She walks over and moves past the threshold. What was within the barrel?
Tia, you look within the barrel, and then you feel at the moment you look in, that's just normal hay in there.
Tia's entire expression is blown backwards, her hair billowing behind her. No way! She looks down. You turn the books into hay, right?
Oh, that's what I said. But remember, I never said I had to be honest.
The rules shatter around Tia. She feels it slip away through her palms. She moves back in, shoulders hanging. Was everything a lie to this point? No, her deductions were right 50% of the time. Skyus was right 50% of the time as well. She looks at the final barrel. That's it. This barrel would determine this match. She sweats, staring at Skyus.
Skyus looks at Tia. Well, looks like we're at the last stand here. Well, what would it be? Will you trust or distrust?
She takes a step forward. Tell me, what was in this barrel again?
Oh, this would be a statue. But then again, just like I've stated several times previously, I have changed its shape. Or have I?
She moves over, back adrift in the sea of uncertainty. She picks it up, and she gives it a shake. Oh, shit! Okay, tell me literally everything that you can get via shaking this shit on the outside.
Alright, first things first, it's not as heavy as a statue would be. It by no means is heavy as a statue. And as you shake it, you hear several things rumble and tumble inside of it, as if there are more than just one object within it.
So, here's the question. I'm sensing a theme to this. Her eyes and expression darken. Did you turn this statue into books?
Skyus nods. Of course, after all, statues are a way of preserving history, and books themselves are yet another way. So it'd be fun to just flip the coin a little, right?
She sighs. Okay, so if I try to put two and two together, if I try to establish a pattern... But wait, no. He's looking for me to try to establish a pattern. She exhales. The ghost of Yoshihara no Kazuya looms over her shoulder. What'll it be, Miss Tsubaki? She puts her hand on the roof of this, and for a second, it all comes flooding back to her. Reflections from childhood. The games you used to play as kids. She remembers them all in vivid detail. Skyus. One after the other, these precious memories pour past you. That's right. Our childhood. She looks up. That scene plays in her head. Playing by the riverbanks. Another one of these games. Silly, yet important to her. She clutches it close to her chest and feels the warmth begin to spread. That's right. Skyus always was a crafty bastard! She throws the roof off the barrel!
You throw the roof off the barrel, and you look inside, and it's just normal books. You succeed.
Tia doubles over and lets out the most primal yell you've ever heard from her.
Is she okay?
Oh, it's always like this. We've never seen them play Monopoly.
Indopoly.
She walks forward and is like, oh, okay. For the life of me, that was tense. She holds out a hand and is like, oh, what does that set the record to? I'm unsure of...
How many points did Skyus get there?
What was that? Oh, Skyus? So, Tia's currently at 12 points. I've been tracking hers. So, Skyus got 5 for the initial, because that was fucking wacko bullshit. And then I believe he got 1 more on her, which would be 3 for 8.
Yeah.
So it was this one she let out and it was wrong, so it was 5. This one
Yeah.
she opened and it was just normal goods as were listed.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
You got
order,
3
I'll
from
say
this.
what it is. She let the second one through, and it was just regular books, and the other 2 were fake. But she, I believe, she fell for the one that was that guy said was books that he turned to hay, but then it was being regular hay.
Yes, exactly. So Skyus would be sitting at 8 points. Tia's sitting at 12. Cassius, you got your 15 for just transporting shit across the way. That's it.
Skyus.
You did fool her once. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm incorrect. You should be at 12, Cassius. You did manage to fool her, but you took points from her rather than getting double points. That's my apology. You are at 12 because she did get you once.
Gaius thinks, oh, I'm not too sure which what the order is now. He thinks to himself a little bit. I think this pulls you one ahead. I'm not sure.
She's like, okay, yeah, I'll take that. She flashes you a thumbs up and is like, oh. She walks away and like is visually sweating.
Good job, though. That was impressive. I intentionally decided to like just not do things I would normally do to trip you up this time.
I did my best to try to follow the path of logic. I'll admit, you threw me for a loop a few times in there. Trying to analyze your psychology it's pretty difficult. She exhales.
This guy thinks, thank you. Albeit, this guy is thinking to that last bit where he decided to throw all of it out the window. And
Reflected upon your childhood.
and then going, fuck that. Oh,
Sally
yeah.
claps for you guys.
I wanna share Tia's expression. It's very important from that scene. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Freaking god. You can tell J-Man's playing Danganronpa every night for the past few days.
Yeah, you did. That was so fun. She's like, okay. Let's I need a minute.
Oh yeah, take as much time as you need.
Tia
Yeah.
walks back behind and then face plants in her new kitchen.
Ulysses just coming up. Oh, are we? Oh, all right. I'll just wait here.
Yeah.
Sits on a barrel.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Rose probably heads back to the manor now that her time is done. She has to make food and shit.
Excellent. So we're going to take a 5-minute break right now. That's a perfect point for one. I'm gonna move the Cassius barrels down the way.
You're back.
And the Sky's barrels down the way to prepare for the next sets.
I'll put Cassius's barrels like down here.
Excellent. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom. This is the best.
I love this. I love this very much.
Goodness.
God, that was so fucking good. I've never read Kaiji, but I imagine it's something like that.
Put it in, but except that bit at the end where Peony got fucking threatened by Tia. It's not just a threat; it's a promise.
Peony's in danger.
I'm in danger.
Oh goodness, that was fun.
Absolutely delightful.
I've been having a blast playing Danganronpa, so I wanted to fucking just
was
go off with some dumb
Good,
mystery
dude.
shit.
Holy hell! That was so good. I was the way you channeled that very powerful. I was gonna say, can you imagine Indigo Danganronpa, but I realized that's what we've advertised Chapter 3 as.
A little, yeah. A lot of murder.
So many murders. Hello, cat.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I can't get it. That was so fun. Immediately we went for Death Note. Just, but wait. Peony coughs and Tia's like, you're dead to me.
That was amazing.
That's what you get for snitching.
Just the fucking presence of her over your shoulder like a demon.
Peony, that was incredible.
Fucking Sky's being like, yes, I turned these into this other object and this one back into the different object. Tia like, yes, I have to reason all of this out. Peony coughs, you're dead.
That was so fucking good. J-Man, I fucking love that you just rolled up, laid out the deal, and then motherfuckered your way into fucking with Tia to the point where it was still ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
The legend.
The rules that she's lived her life by.
They're a lie!
Yeah, no, I was just like, I was like, just thinking to myself, like, it'd be funny if only 2 of the rules were true and the rest was just a flat out fucking lie.
Holy shit.
And I thought
God,
that
that
worked
was
great.
so
That was
good.
fun.
That was
Theseus just walked in and was like, smile. I'm not lying. Smile, smile, smile. Opens the thing. Oh wow, that's crazy. Look how many points you got. Smile. Her. Okay, I'm gonna open the next one. Him. No, 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 no.
I've been going on.
You go.
I've been playing Danganronpa every night for the past few days, and I've had my brain on like contradiction game right now, which has been a lot of fun.
We've been watching a lot of Love is War, and that's why she would fucking aim.
Listen, I've been reading Grand Blue. I'm so fucking like
Ready for this tomfoolery.
Yeah, I'm ready for this McFuckery. I was so ready.
I've been reading Check's notes. I've been watching J-Man play Danganronpa. It's not the same.
It's similar.
Oh my god. I fucking love that. Okay. God, so yeah. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna put Cassius and Skyus in the break room with Calloway.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Nice.
you're gonna be big chillin'. The maids are going to be around. Put them wherever you want tactically. Peony's gonna get death stares whenever Tia enters her room.
I'm in danger.
Okay. So, Tia takes her much-needed face plant in the break room, screaming into her pillow the sounds of victory, and then she makes her way back out and is very primly and properly set again. She sits down at the gate, and like preps herself for the next arrival.
Doot, doot. Hello.
Hello, welcome to the gate, Ulysses. I'm Captain Tiara Subaki, and I'm currently having a fantastic day, she says with a big smile.
So I gather. Well done in the match against the young master. He
You
arranges
move
his
over.
barrels, and now, I imagine. How have the games been so far?
I have to admit, the first one was very nice. I kind of got bit for not trusting my gut and going with what Cassius was saying, absolutely, but my curiosity just got the better of me. The second game, her expression darkens for a second. The lights go out. It was nice. Back to neutral.
Well, you emerged victorious in the end.
She nods. Yeah, by the skin of my teeth.
Oh. Any victory is worth celebrating.
She just beams at you and is like, internally, not externally. Externally, perfect role model night. Well,
I believe Mr. Cassius was somewhat straightforward, and of course your games with the young master are well known to everyone. I imagine, so I must say, you'll be experiencing something different with this round.
Oh?
He goes and stands next to the barrels and smiles. I'm afraid that I won't be giving you much to work with.
Interesting. Okay. Well, if it's okay, could we, like, wait a minute or two?
Of course.
She smiles and nods, and eventually someone works his way up the steps. Chunk, ka-chunk. You move past the maids.
Yeah, sorry, I had to unmute myself from two different sources of
That'll
bullshit.
happen.
Oh, I couldn't be in Cassius's barrel because I was always planned on to help.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
I invited Barbados to be inside one of my barrels, and he told me no.
Tia waves to Barbados and is like, "Hi, welcome to the checkpoint. I'm Captain Tiara Subaki. This is my domicile. Please, make yourself at home. / I could really use your help, actually."
Yeah, I've already been informed of the little game that you're playing. It's sad to see that I think Cassius already went by because he already told me the plans, and I could have snitched, but it's fine.
She thinks about Cassius. I think to some extent he snitched on himself.
Yeah, and
She
for
moves
the
over
other
and walks
players, I did not listen to anything you fucking said. I was ignoring everything. That's why when Skyus and J-Man were asking me questions, I was like, I don't know, just do what you want.
She moves over and is like, "Okay, so, Ulysses came."
Yeah, Ulysses smiles and says, I won't be giving you anything to work with. Let's see what you can draw from your own conclusions, without information, false
check
or
my stuff.
true.
What I gotta
And
do
he
is-
smiles and says, hey, please proceed. Takes a step back.
So,
She moves over.
so it's a fun little guessing game thing with just trying to figure
much.
out who's lying.
Yes, exactly. The first game was fairly straightforward. It was a test of whether or not I trusted Cassius. The
No.
second was nice. every single time the second game is mentioned, Tia's entire expression turns into that of a demon for half of a second.
Why do you lose for opening the barrels? I don't get, like, it's your job to check. Is it like
It is my job to check, and honestly, any good gate guard would do it thoroughly. I think it's just more of a, like, how much do I trust these people test? Or what can I get from their language? Naturally, Ulysses here, I know relatively well, so the fact that he's giving me nothing makes this actually quite a difficult challenge. This will probably be the closest to a genuine experience that I'll get.
He
yes.
smiles.
So, you take the lead horse, I'll follow.
She moves over and is going to lift the barrel And first of all, she's gonna roll to die. And she's gonna be like, okay. How do I feel about this? Yeah, she's doing this as a team. She's doing this, and she's gonna pick it up and give it a shaky shake. Give me like one hint related to it. You said this is books, correct?
Yes. Books from Kazuya's mansion.
She shakes.
It feels like books.
Now, tell me, Ulysses, you're rather learned. She looks over. Could you tell me, did you recognize any of these tomes?
Oh, yes. I would say I recognized most or all of the ones in that barrel.
She's going to roll to do versus your roll to die. Tell me your secrets! Her eyes zoom in on you and she leans over and she's like, really? What are the names? And I'm not going to make you make up names, but does Ulysses flawlessly deliver a set of names?
Yes.
She looks over to Barbados and gets a sort of like happy look on her face, and she's like, well, I think I've heard enough. I'm feeling confident about this one. She gets a big smile on her face and then walks across the threshold and puts it down and cracks it open. What's
a gleam
inside?
passes over Ulysses' eyes. But you can't understand why, T. At first, this is a barrel of books. There's just books. Wait. A history of war in Raoji. The Scholar Blades tactics from ancient battles. You know, of course, Ulysses knows these books. They're his!
Tia's entire expression flushes. Oh, I never thought of substituting the item just for a... Wow, that's tricky. She smiles. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Kazuya moves. You feel Kazuya's presence. That trickery is quite potent. I think that would get most people. It isn't quite audacious, though. I'll give that, let's say, 2 points. So take your 2, and Tia will take her 2 penalty. She shrugs. It's like, wow, okay. Yeah, got me there, man.
Victory is worth celebrating.
She moves back over this way. Okay, well, in this case, she picks this barrel up. You said that this one's hay, correct?
Indeed.
She's going to roll to assess that. She drops it on her foof.
Your foof?
Yeah, she picks it up and drops it on her hoof immediately.
Ulysses wince and then immediately go back to his stoic face, but he felt bad about that.
Now, did that pain that was brought, was it like a hay amount of pain or like a statue amount of pain?
It's a shut up amount of pain. You lift the barrel and tell me what you think. She picks her hoof up and like holds it.
Okay, it's time. I'm going to give it a little shake.
Holy shit, Barbados. Barbados, there's something soft in there. You've never lifted hay before, unless you have, apparently. But could it be? The weight. Something's not quite right.
Yes. I see. This isn't just hay. It's, I'm just gonna take off the lid. If it's your points, not mine. Whoop.
Bundled up inside! It's fabric. It's a bunch of towels. The motherfucker substituted a similar substance.
I'm seeing a recurring theme with this.
Oh, that's pretty clever. Slightly different. Yes, if they shake it around, they might be able to hear the scratch. I believe this one might be a little harder. 3 points? Tia will take her 3. Tia throws up her hands and she's like, yes. Okay.
You dropping it on yourself was actually a good thing.
Says you. She walks over, and this next one.
It's important to gain what you can from loss.
This one's hay as well?
Indeed.
She places a hand on the roof of the barrel. She's gonna give it a shake. She doesn't really get it. Barbados, you try. Go.
It's your job. You want me to?
No, I want your deduction. I called you.
Okay, let me. It's fine. I'll just shake it a little bit. No, like it sounds like hay, but more like hay than the last time. But it's the kind of thing where they've substituted the last two, right?
Yes, I have to ask, Ulysses, if you're going to describe strategy on a grander scale, is it important to carry forward a winning strategy or to be more flexible in your approach? Be honest with me. She hops up on the barrel.
Oh, well, you would never want to become too predictable. But also, it's quite important to control what your enemy thinks.
Exactly. This process, conditioning. That's right, presenting a similar theme and then suddenly deviating at the last second. This is how you lull opponents into a false sense of security.
Peony sneezes.
In some places,
She's back.
Tia's eyes fixate on you. They harden into points. This is known as the Yomi. She touches down. Well, if it's just normal hay, then there's nothing we can do about it, right?
But wait,
Ulysses smiles.
there's a certain thing he said though.
Yes.
You see, they're talking about conditioning and all this other things of like, you know, keeping it flexible. They could just be lying to you and just saying that they're trying to trick you when in fact it's just the same thing as last two.
You're talking about a strategic double bluff.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, what would you recommend we do?
I recommend you open it.
Okay. She reaches forward. Let's give it a shot. I might have called the conditioning too early. She flips the roof off the barrel.
Yeah, it's me.
Damn.
She doubles over. I knew it. I could feel it. I was being conditioned.
Look,
Ulysses' eyes glint.
look, all I'm saying is it was worth a shot.
Okay, well, let's follow the path of the strategist. Now, at this point, the conditioning has been broken. So the expectation would be she looks down at the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And then looks very closely at it. And then she gets very close to you, Peony.
Peony
one
has
that was-
20 vol.
This one that was up next. That's barrel number 5, isn't it?
Why, yes, it is. Any pattern you might have thought might have to jump a barrel now.
Did I forget to mention, I won't be giving you anything, but on the battlefield, it's important to be able to deal with unexpected distraction.
Well, in this case, I'll call the exact order of this entire set. The first barrel, one object replaced for another. The second barrel, another object replaced for another. Third, a barrel breaking the conditioning. The fourth, the expectation here would be... She pauses. Could it be a double bluff? A return to the conditioning or a permanent deviation from it? So, considering that, if I'm thinking one step ahead, what would he want from me? When the conditioning is broken, he would want me to assume that he would cleverly double back to the conditioning. However, I believe it would be quite the opposite. He would once again go for an additional break from the conditioning. However, she swapped the positions of the barrels, meaning this one is exactly as it's presented. Or, no. She pauses. That can't be. That one... This one is normal. And this one is a return to the conditioning.
Ulysses smiles benevolently. Is that your final answer?
She looks over at Barbados.
That's exactly what I was thinking, so...
She beams and then leans in. Well, let's see if I outsmarted the master strategist. She leans over and is going to inspect this barrel.
Number 5.
Yeah. You inspect number 5, marked with a statue. The lid creaks open, and inside, It's a statue.
No, she tumbles over.
Peony runs away.
Oh, Tia. You still have a little ways to learn, I think. The most important rule of the battlefield. It's not fought out there. He taps at your forehead. It's fought in here.
Tia's entire face is screwed up. She's pouting. You can feel the salt. She's like with you. It's like, yeah. She's annoyed, but understands the concept. Peony, the second you peer around the tree, it's not cute horse pouting. Those eyes lidlessly reel towards you, and you feel the impulse of death.
It was worth it.
You could
I've made 25 ball today.
You could always accidentally get this one right, though.
Accidentally? So are we just throwing away our deductions from before?
I mean, I thought you were going to just go with it since you already put in an answer. But this barrel is still left unopened if you want to think about it a little bit more.
I think trusting my gut at this point, I'm going to go with my initial assessment. She picks it up and is going to walk it across the threshold.
Yeah, you open up the final barrel. There's books inside, and these are from Kazuya's house.
She smiles and is like, well, it wasn't a complete loss. She moves forwards and holds out a hand. I'm hoping one day to take that last point from you.
Well done. He shakes her hand and smiles. One day I know you will.
She like relaxes back and is like, oh, well, on to the next step.
Ulysses only got like 8 points from that. He was not interested in winning.
He was interested in playing a fucking game.
Something.
Tia walks forwards. It's kind of, Barbados, as she goes, she seems to be refreshed. It's kind of incredible that she was operating at that level to begin with. And she's still like, still a ways to go. Keeps walking and looks at the head of the stairs, and then her expression sets as she looks at you, Beretta, and you feel the intensity grow.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those, isn't it?
Hey, Beretta, you need any assistance carrying those up?
If you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate it. Are you having fun?
I am, actually. She looks blissful. She seems absolutely and positively pleased. And then we're gonna roll to die. Oh wait, we're gonna roll to die for Tia to see what she's at. Oh, okay. She seems genuinely just to be having a good time. Thanks for taking part in this again.
It's not a problem. It feels a bit like a test for you, an unpleasant test. So I'm glad you're making the best out of it.
She kind of shrugs. She's like, honestly, it's been fine so far. I feel like I've gained more than I've lost.
Well, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
Screw this silly game. Let me see the new plays.
Yeah, you can check out. You can take a look. She like looks down. Beretta, be straight with me. How do you intend to win this?
No, the only thing that I really want to do is go home and have a date. So,
oh, okay.
Honestly, I kind of want to just get out of your hair, but I wouldn't mind talking for a little bit.
Yeah, not at all. That's completely fine. She moves over, and
I'm actually a bit disappointed that I didn't get here in time. It was hard to move all these barrels, but I was going to offer you this to help when you were inspecting other people's barrels.
She looks back.
And she's going to activate Morph's gift.
Oh! Oh, excellent. The fucking betrayal gift.
The betrayal gift. Hopefully it can help you a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what's in this one?
Also, Tia can give it to someone else as well because you leveled it up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
She picks it up and is like, what's in this one, by the way?
They're all statues. I wasn't feeling particularly creative.
You seriously carried a bunch of statues up here?
Yeah, I heard that you were moving these statues into town anyway. I mean, into the manor anyway, to replace some old ones that got taken down during some riots or something. So I figured it would at least be helpful.
Yeah, that's extremely considerate. She puts a hand on the barrel and is like, well, you definitely put a statue in here, so she starts to walk in this direction. After all, I don't think Beretta would lie to me.
Are you sure about that?
She starts to walk up in this direction, and she turns around and looks at Barbados. Of course. After all, I don't think she'd be prepared for the consequences. Anyway.
Tia Tsubaki,
What does that mean?
One thing you have to realize, I don't
Yeah.
think you understand. Beretta doesn't give a shit about consequences. All she gives a shit about is results.
Aren't consequences and results one and the same?
No.
After
Not
all,
at all.
After all, if we're talking about results and consequences of your actions, directly crossing me right now would make achieving good results, let's say for this foreseeable future, extremely difficult.
Oh.
Well, then I suppose it's good that I didn't lie to you.
I suppose it is, she smiles, and then walks across the threshold, and then puts it down here and pops the top off of the barrel.
It's just a statue.
Tia smiles and just walks back across and is like, see, it's just that simple. Just a little bit of trust, right?
Of course. I mean, I know you guys have this like energy about you that everything needs to be a competition, but at some point I'm kind of just tired of it.
I see. I mean, honestly, that's a pretty good point. And what do you mean, you guys? She picks it up. I'm not that competitive. She walks over in this direction and starts to move this one across, and then stops. Is like, is this one just another statue as well, Beretta?
I told you they're all statues.
Okay. Well, in this case, yeah, let's take it across. She puts it down and then pops the top of the barrel off.
It's just a statue.
Tia just smiles and continues walking back.
Oh, by the way, Tia,
Yeah.
I heard since you were getting a new place separate from your, the barracks, I thought I'd get you a housewarming gift.
What's that?
And she reaches into her bag and she retrieves a candle in a horse-shaped stand.
I see. Oh, okay. Thank you.
It's horse flavored.
What?
Beretta, what does that mean?
It's a horse flavored candle.
I think you
yeah.
mean scented.
I said what I said.
Horse flavored? What?
I got it from Arch's shop.
She looks down and is like, hold on, come with me. She grabs your hand and starts yanking you in this direction.
Okay.
Walk. Door cracks open. Hey, Beretta gave me this horse-flavored candle. So I'm gonna put it here. You guys tell me how it suits you, okay?
Oh, okay, sure.
She puts
J-Man's earphone broke, so I fucking delayed my reaction by a ton.
She puts the horse-flavored candle down in the middle of the table and lights it. What does it smell like?
Just a vanilla scented candle.
Okay. Yeah, tell me. Thank you, Beretta.
Hold on, let me see the rest of the house.
Oh, yeah.
I say house, but it looks a bit more like a prison.
Callaway licks it.
It tastes like horse.
Huh.
Holy shit. She like leans in and is like, okay, rude to barge into my room, but yeah, here's the place.
You've done it to me.
You know what? Touche.
Oh, well, this is, cozy.
Yeah, it's not bad, right?
It's not great, but I guess you're by yourself, so that's got to be a bonus, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. You have two other people to consider with you.
Well, no, I'm just saying, not everything is about that, Tia.
What? About what, Beretta?
I'm just saying, I feel a little bad that you might have been punished on my behalf.
She sort of sighs and is like, it's fine, honestly. I did what I wanted to, and that's all that really matters.
Well, let me know if you ever feel like you can't do what you want to.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, thanks. You're kind of helping me right now with that. The fact that you're throwing me like a softball with the whole game thing is, actually a huge help. We want to figure out, like, what Kazuya's up to, so I just, I'm not 100% what to use this, like, wish thing on, but, yeah, I thanks. Seriously.
Yeah, I don't really know what I'd use mine on, but I'm glad that it's going well for you at least.
It's going pretty decent. Everybody's been either nice, helpful, or honestly a fun little challenge. She, like, relaxes with her back against the door, and, like, seriously, that, like, getting punished on your behalf thing? What good would my morals be if I threw them away just because somebody told me I shouldn't do something? That's not honor, that's not integrity, that's just, subservience?
It makes me happy to hear you say that.
She sort of smiles and, like, starts to walk back, is like, yeah, honestly, also having my own place, pretty nice.
And
It's been years.
I just want you to know that, seriously, anybody who's willing to hurt themselves on my behalf in any way, shape, or form is worthy of my affection. So, you've earned it.
She's like, oh, well, thanks. She smiles and is like, trust me, this isn't hurting me too bad. This isn't like agony or anything. She cracks open the door. Look, I even had this fun housewarming party, and like Kazuya borderline invited all of my friends, and I tried. She picks up the barrel and starts to like walk it over this way. It's just nice, I guess. And she crosses the threshold and puts it down and cracks it open.
It's just a statue.
She walks back across. Keeps walking.
Could definitely use some more carpets here.
Yeah, no, it's bad on the hooves. She, like, looks back over to Barbados and is like, you've been awfully quiet about these.
I mean, you said you trusted this stuff, so...
I do. She walks back across and puts the barrel down.
Oh, Tia,
Yeah?
are you going to open that barrel?
Yeah? Why's that? Surprise! Excuse me. What? Yes, surprise! I was in one of the barrels. Hey, Beretta.
Yeah,
My dear sweet friend Beretta.
I meant everything I said.
My dear sweet friend Beretta, who would never betray me, ever. Not even once in her entire life.
I told you.
You feel a building pressure.
We're gonna cut the screen away. And then come back, and Brenda's gonna be splattered on the wall.
I didn't lie to you. I said that my only intention was to go home and go on a date.
Hey, Barbados, you feel something?
Look, at the end of the day, I told you that at the end, Beretta doesn't care about consequences, right? She cares about results. Right?
Yes. Right. Yeah, you did say that, and I chose to trust implicitly.
Now, the question is, do you trust that last barrel?
She looks down at the barrel and then over to Beretta.
She's Grinch smiling. I could really speed up my date a little bit if someone else was here.
She looks down at the barrel and she touches it. She puts her hand on top of the barrel. She looks over to you, Barbados.
Now, Tia. Now that you learned that you couldn't trust Beretta,
Yes.
how about you try trusting yourself in this very moment?
Trusting myself, okay? You mean my gut or what?
No, just whatever you believe in. Do you believe that Beretta would betray you twice?
She looks down at the barrel. Well, she moves in
If
and
you
runs
fail
her
this,
hand along the top of this. Yes?
if you fail this, I'm not sure if you'll have enough points to win.
Yeah, I really need to make a killing in the last round.
Why don't you give it a shake?
She picks it up, and she gives it a shake. What is it? Oh, that's 15. You give me one hint.
It feels like a statue, maybe wrapped in cloth. Something is patting it.
Something's patting it, huh? Oh no, Tia. Oh no, Tia. How is your evil impulse acting up here? She's like, well, if I'm going to trust myself, well, I could tell you what my first impulse was. She hops up on the barrel, and she gets this blissful look of kindness on her face. That's right. The consequences she talked about. It seems like Tia's a little pissed off, but that it doesn't feel like she's really holding a grudge. You said so many nice things to her after all. But wait. No, wait. Huh. The human mind has a mechanism to protect itself.
Sigmund Freud.
Sigmund
Freud. That's right. At a certain point, the human brain blocks out different stimuli that could cause too much fear or stress. The smile that crossed Tia's face right now, this benevolent smile, it seemed exceptionally kind, not like the other smiles which are betraying a hidden amount of malice. No, instead, the malice was simply too large to comprehend. Tia goes, well, my first impulse was something simple, like she touches down on the barrel, and then her magic starts to act up, and she starts to float into the air on it. She touches down, and she starts to spin the barrel on her finger like it's a basketball. She's like, after all, well, this is just a statue, right?
It is just a statue.
She spins it more and more and more and faster, and the barrel is spinning so rapidly, Beretta. She stares at you.
You're gonna break it.
Dead in the face. Oh no, don't worry. If I drop it, it'll just fall on the ground. It's fine. It's borderline weightless right now.
Okay.
She's like, hey, Beretta.
Yes, Tia?
If there was theoretically a person inside, say a certain shrine maiden that we're both associated with, they'd probably be getting mighty dizzy about now, right?
Yeah, they probably would be.
She stares at you dead in the eyes, and you feel it. You fully comprehend it. The malice! So, I have to ask you a question, Beretta. Do I keep spinning this barrel, or do I put it down?
If you can spin it as much as you want, just don't break it.
She continues spinning it, and spinning it, and spinning it, and spinning it, and we'll keep doing
Okay,
this.
stop!
It's like, wait, why should I?
You know, it's just, it would be unfortunate if something were to happen.
That's, huh.
Have you been practicing your magic, Tia?
Maybe a little bit. Someone inspired me.
That's good. It just would be a shame if something were to go wrong and a very valuable family relic were broken in the process.
I see. A very important family relic, then. Just a random statue from Kazuya's mansion.
Oh, it was commissioned.
Commissioned special. For that.
Special. Yeah, I imagine that your superiors would be upset if there was an odd number of statues brought over.
Yes, they would. She moves over to the other side and, puts a hand down on the lid of the barrel and, looks over at you dead in the eyes. Tia's going to stare deeply into your eyes and is going to roll to do. Give me a roll to die. Oh. She doesn't get fucking anything from you, Beretta.
You can fuck her over.
I can, but do I really want to at this point? Huh?
You can. I did give it to you.
Tia's thinking pretty heavily. Beretta, you feel Tia's eyes set on you, and she's like, well, in that case, I'm choosing to trust you. She picks up the barrel again. And then starts walking with it. And just very calmly moves over in this direction. And she's gonna walk across the threshold and put it down. She pops it open. What's inside?
Just a statue wrapped in cloth.
Tia doubles over again and is like, yes! Her entire body lights up and she leaps into the air. She's like, okay, feeling good about that. She comes back in and is genuinely beaming at you again, Beretta. All sins are forgiven.
I'm sorry I had to stress you out like that.
It wasn't stressful, it was delightful.
I just would hate for you to get any more wrinkles.
You see Tia's expression go back to this way. There's a part of the human mind! She like sort of sighs, is like, well, regardless, thanks. I think I've actually got a good chance at winning this. Otherwise, it'll be handed over to you, and that's not so bad.
Yeah, that would be, okay. I don't know what I'd do with a wish.
You know what you do. Tell me. Come on, spill.
I'm worried it might influence you.
No, it won't.
Okay, but we have to go away from Barbados.
Why?
Okay, no, it's fine. I get it. I understand. I'll stand right here. It's cool.
She leans in.
Well, any favor from Kazuya, as long as it's not stupid, right?
Yeah, of course.
So if I had that opportunity, then I could ask for something like, say, an unsupervised date with a certain shrine maiden.
Oh. Tia, yeah, it won't influence me. Her expression gets deathly serious, and she's like, I see.
But don't let it influence your decision or anything. It would be a great opportunity to be able to be out in public with her and not have to hide.
I see. Tia walks drunkenly, wobbling from hoof to hoof,
Nice.
and places her butt up on the table next to you, Barbados, and is like, yeah, no, that's a pretty good wish.
Nice. Yeah? Like, are you going to copy it, or what exactly are you okay?
I've never had a conflict between my duty and my values before.
Why do you ask? I don't believe that.
She blinks and looks over, is like, leans across the table. Hey, Calloway.
Oh god, she's calling me. Yeah, T? That candle sure is horse flavored.
You actually licked it.
You licked.
I did.
Okay.
I would have tried it myself, but I'm a vegetarian.
Everyone just looks at you for a second. It's like, you want to help me in Barbados with the last one?
Not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
There's one more, yes. I'm feeling extremely woozy all of a sudden.
Don't worry, T. We got this. We got it.
We've got this. Okay, Beretta, thank you for your assistance, and she gets close. I wish you the best of luck on your date.
I mean, hopefully you win, but whatever.
She
I'm gonna go scope out your apartment and see if I can get drunk there.
Wait, what?
Tia looks over to Barbados and's like, "This is what friendship is, right?"
No, what she's going.
Tia's never had a room before.
Wow, you're gonna just let her go into your room? What if she looks in your underwear drawer?
That's fine. What's she gonna find there? Underwear?
That's true.
Tia like blinks innocently, unbothered.
You don't keep any secrets in there anyway, do you?
No,
You
I
just
don't.
moved in. You don't have time to put secrets in yet.
Yeah.
I looked.
Joy, you walk in on the fucking scene of a murder. She's just holding Calloway by the throat.
Oh God, are people dying? Are you doing that? Is he dead again?
No,
That's-
no, what? Again?
Oh right, you weren't dead last time.
No, I've never died.
Okay,
That's
volleyball.
deeply confusing.
Okay, volleyball partner.
Hell yeah!
Hit me.
All right.
Give me your best.
All right, I'm bringing what I got. I don't suppose anyone has used a blue stat or has used a stat on Joy today.
No, but Tia probably will.
Yeah, we'll find out. All right, first one. He's gonna roll it up. Just hay.
Just hey, okay.
Or wait, Beretta's would be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Yeah, 16. 17. Plus 5 for Kazuya. Because that one's fucking whack.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is supposed to be hey. Will we pick it up? We pick it up? We want to pick it up?
Yeah, give it a shot, Calloway.
Okay, he picks it up.
God damn, you're strong.
Okay, you've got to give Calloway the deets.
Feels like hay. You shake it around. Sounds like hay.
Feels like hey, sounds like hey.
Feels like hay, sounds like hay. Okay, I'm learning to start to trust these, so let's give it a go. She leads it across the way and puts it down in the middle. And then cracks it open.
Hey!
She exhales and seems relieved. Okay. Nice work.
Now the second one. Calloway picks it up, puts it in the middle. Then
Okay,
we pick
Barbados,
this up.
you do this one.
Okay.
How are you moving these? It took me all hours just to get them up all those fucking stairs. Everyone's gonna know my muscles are entirely vanity based now.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's fine.
There's nothing wrong with being pretty.
Yeah. Roll 2D.
He kind of fluffs his hair. Well, thank you.
Seems like books. I don't think there's anything complicated about it.
Okay, well, do me a favor then. She turns back and looks at Joy. Rattle off some of the book titles. You must have seen them while you were putting this in here, right? She's going to roll to do versus your roll to die. If she succeeds, you give something slightly away. If she fails, she don't get shit. She's amount of d6, none. This. Oh, she don't get shit. Tell me how you
Captain's
effectively.
I've got the Captain's Guide to Indigo. I've got Deer Cooking for and with. I've got stone masonry for fun, profit, and long-term construction.
Whoa.
Wow, I
that-
can't believe you actually remembered that.
yeah, that actually sounds pretty interesting. Okay,
Yeah, there's definitely books in there.
okay. Definitely books in
Definitely books in here.
He makes a show of checking the label. Yes.
Hmm.
Do you want me to open it, or do you want me to shake? What do you want me to do with it?
What's your read? Does that seem like a bluff or not?
I don't know him well enough to determine if that's a bluff or not.
He finger guns at you.
I think the best thing to do would be to gather information right now.
Okay, you want me to pick it up and hold it above my head?
Yeah, do that.
Okay,
Shake it
Calva's gonna try and shake it.
You get it up over your head. Is any additional information gleaned?
Sounds a little weird for books.
Oh, okay, like how?
Like,
I have
it
super dingo hearing. Like how?
Oh, in that case, it sounds like there's a lot of small particles.
Okay, there's something kind of maybe there's a salt shaker in here?
Glitter! She says, looking over to Joy.
Me? He says, glitter falling from him.
You want me to open it?
Here's the question, though. Does glitter count as an object, or is it just a byproduct?
Well, wait, are there books in here, or is it all glitter?
Could be
You're only
books.
allowed to put one thing in, aren't you?
Oh,
Okay, well, I'm asking like,
then we throw it open.
when I heard, did it sound like there were big particles in there, or just small particles?
Oh, you throw it open?
Yeah.
You stumbled into my trap! A glitter bomb explodes! Yeah, you're covered! Callaway, you're also covered! Barbados, you're sheltered behind Tia. You're fine.
Like
Barbados,
always.
you have a flashback to Tia diving in front of an attack for you.
Yeah.
I get points, but at what cost?
That's not gonna come out easy.
It really.
Oh no, it's washable and it's like biodegradable and stuff.
Kazuya is
It's edible too, but it doesn't. It tastes like paper.
It tastes like
Kazuya
corpses.
is like, the glitter bomb. It was a tactic that I approved of myself. It's quite a fascinating thing. Now, this glitter itself isn't that hard to sneak by people, but at the same time, its weight, its girth, etc. I'd give it about 2 points. Tia glances back at Joy. This is such a
Joy
dirt. This
Has
is
a shade over his eyes with a curving smile.
That's such a dirty move. It impairs us. You sacrifice a low total of points in order to impair us for future barrels. Well,
Callaway picks this barrel up and
well
brings
played.
it in.
well, I'm going to go back down the stairs. Ghost me will keep you company.
Hydrangea, well, he was in the barrel. Hydrangea brought you a nice hot cup of coffee.
He seems very pleased. He walks away. Tia's staring down at it and is like, okay.
So you shake this one this time.
No, I think we should have Barbados do it. He's the only one that doesn't have glitter on his face.
You just want me to be glittered.
I mean, glitter on my face doesn't keep my muscles from being strong enough to lift this, and my ears being good enough to hear it.
What if it's part two of
There's
the
a
spread?
statue in that one, says Joy.
Okay, why did he say it like that? She turns over, and what's with your intonation? Roll to die versus this. He's just
Maybe
laughing.
I'm just having a very good time.
Hey, Tia's blue stat is us, by the way, Joy.
Oh my god, you're right. Joy doesn't have a blue on that one. He is so he actually loses that. Oh, and he shouldn't be locked into anything. So
let's give it a
let's
reroll.
roll to die again. That's a roll to do. Let's try that one more time.
Oh.
He still rolls like fire, but it's
But
Tia
without
will beat
that
it.
six, Tia still beats him. He's just this man is probably lying.
He's probably lying. Okay. Yeah. Give it a lift.
Okay, Callaway will pick it up.
Callaway, you drop it on your foot!
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Kind of feels like a statue.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Oh, geez,
Maybe the glitter really did impair my muscles.
The evil demeanor completely vanishes. Oh, geez, are you okay?
He's crying the most crocodile tears you've ever seen.
It gives you a pat on the head.
It hurts
Here,
so much.
have a
If
can.
only you would tell me what was inside this barrel.
Oh, I can do that. It's a statue. He goes back to the wall.
Tia, demon appearance, like she fucking raging demons in behind you, grabs the barrel and warps past the line, slamming it down at the end and pops it open.
Oh, actually, Joy goes, as soon as he crossed the line, she's like, oh, well. He reaches in and disables the glitter bomb. It was a glitter bomb.
Minus 2 points.
Tia, he got us again. Oh my
How
god.
much do you want to bet all the rest of them are glitter bombs?
I just don't know why
Who can say?
I don't know why the crocodile tears didn't work.
I don't either. Those never work.
The two dumbasses go back to the barrel.
This
Hey,
one
Barbados,
has-
you pick this one up.
Yeah, you've got
This one has hay in it.
I mean, it's like, if it's hay, then it's hay. I mean, I don't think you could really. He's gonna.
I just got it.
Mhm.
Okay. No, the clever thing that Bretta was. Sorry, like Hay, like Hagen's name is Hay. She said it was a statue, but it would have been funny if she'd marked a barrel red and then put Hagen. Sorry, go on. Tia in the background
Hey,
just
now.
realized something.
I mean, it seems like hay. I don't. Look, it's this kind of thing of
Does it smell like hay?
smell like hay. I mean, it's
Sniff,
sure.
sniff. Sniff, sniff. With my dingo nose, does it smell like hay?
Give a roll.
Yeah, give me that roll.
Does
Oh.
it smell like hay?
Okay. Everything smells like birthday cake because that's what the confetti smells like. So does this barrel.
Ah! This one's a glitter bomb!
Tia's like, everyone take a step back. I've got this. She's gonna reach forward and she throws the roof off the barrel.
Let me just.
Barbados.
Yeah.
Tia uses her ability to dive in the way and gets covered in
No
glitter.
fun. Well, if you're going to just skip out on it.
She gets completely covered in glitter and looks back at you and gives you a thumbs up like she just did something heroic.
Thank you for saving my life.
She's beaming. She's got this big smile on her face. It's like, okay, last barrel, it comes down to this.
It's the final challenge, Tia. Joy's fucking, like, ominous clouds have formed in his manga panel background. What will you choose? This is what it all comes down to.
Well,
Let's just open it.
no, actually. She puts up a finger. I think we just move it across.
I think we
Because-
should open it because even if it is a good thing, you have enough points to win either way.
But if I move it across, me and Beretta will tie exactly, and Kazuyo will probably give us both wishes.
Oh no, that motherfucker's not gonna give either of you wishes if you die.
You know what? Fair. She puts her hand on the barrel and flips it.
Tia, you brace yourself for the explode, and nothing happens. Some nice smells come out. You look inside. There's a bath kit. And a clean and a nice clean robe and some gift cards, and it's just like, okay, yeah, I'll be real. The confetti bomb thing, the glitter everywhere. Kind of felt bad about that. Not bad enough to not do it, but I also wanted to make it up to you. So yeah, this is all for you.
She puts her head in her hands and just starts to laugh. Okay, this is delightful.
This is the brush I use, not for myself, but I've heard that people use it to get glitter out of hair, which, you know, if you're into that.
Tia takes the bath kit and throws you a bar of soap, Barbados.
Why are you throwing me soap?
Oh, come on. It's
Oh.
this is for all of us. We get to split. Here, Callaway, do you want the brush?
Oh, I
Oh,
thought you was
sure.
implying you smelled bad.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
She like turns back around and is like, that's categorically untrue.
Right? That's why I was confused, because Barbados smells good.
Do you want the robe, Tia, or can I have the robe?
You can have the rope. I'll take all these shampoos and stuff.
Cool. Callaway throws the robe on over top of his already robe.
No.
Barbados, what do you
little-
want from this?
It's got a little horse embroidered on it.
He laughs.
I don't really need anything from it. I guess I'll just take this bar of soap.
There's something in there for skincare. I know that, like, scales can get dry sometimes. Hang on.
Ooh.
Sure.
Here, yeah, this one.
Yeah, thank you. I'll take that. I'm not the one who got hit by the glitter bomb, so.
Why don't
Hey,
we
you
just
help.
put this in your back room instead of taking it out front?
Oh, yeah, that actually seems very wise. She carries it over in this direction.
Over that way.
Yeah, no, this is the storage area. There is nothing in the storage area yet, but she puts it down in there and is like, throws open the, like, there's bamboo walls on either side, and then the gate is thrown open. She's like, okay. Well, that's a good day of gate guarding, I guess.
Hydrangea and sweeping.
Yeah, so that means you win, right? Or did the
Yeah.
great Pietro girl? How many points did she get?
I believe Beretta had 17. By the end of this, I had 26.
Oh, cool. So what are you gonna wish for?
Do I wish to complete our mission? That would make things pretty simple, but
I don't think he'll tell you. Maybe he
Sky's got
will.
a good point there. Huh. Well, that's a later issue.
I mean,
Ulysses
hear me
walks
out,
in.
Tia.
It walks past Joy. Hi! I love your hair! Oh, thank you. Yours is also lovely. But it sort of nods. It's like, congratulations.
Thanks, this was fun. I guess I'll just figure out that wish stuff later. Thanks everybody
Oh,
for
none of that.
helping me out.
You know, Tia, you were talking earlier about how you were worried, oh, what if the way I do things in my private time is wrong? Well, what
Yeah.
if you use your wish to find out?
Huh? She tilts her head.
Well, you could use it to do what everyone else does in their private time, but like, Kazuya has to pay you to do all of it or something.
I see.
Are you really gonna ask someone else if you're using your time wisely?
She already did.
She's
And
thinking,
did that prove results? Did she learn anything from that?
Why
She
are you
learned that
talk-
I'm lazy and I'm fine.
Why are you talking about me like I'm not here?
I'm just saying that you shouldn't be asking someone else if your time is truly being.
Saying ask someone else. I'm saying test it on someone else's dime.
Tia's like, okay, I could wish for a day off theoretically. She
You wish for like a week off.
that seems more acceptable. She looks over to Ulysses. Strategist, what would you do?
Well, I'd play to your strengths. In this case, most of your correct guesses today came from trusting your instincts. Maybe consider following those.
In other words, Tia, just do what you want. I heal your white.
Bless you. Excellent.
Barbados,
Just
you
gonna think.
legend.
Well, in that case, I guess what I want is, housewarming party? I mean, it's simple, and it doesn't have anything to do with Kazuya, so I think we can just do that on our own.
Yeah.
Excellent idea.
She moves over and is like, well, come on in, everyone.
Yeah.
Hydrangea immaculate makes the floor immaculate again. Joy's just like, how did you do that?
Squish, squish, squish.
You
It's
all...
like that. I've seen people driven to madness trying to get to glitter out of tile ground. How did you? Hydrangea just smiles at him, goes back. Wait, that's an arcane art where I'm from.
You all pile in, and you enjoy a rather nice evening welcoming in Tia's new home. But that's not where the story ends tonight.
Smile.
Oh fuckle.
Sky is...
Hi.
Everybody else is gone home at this point. Night's sort of settling in. Tia's just relaxing on her bed and is just like, well, okay. What now?
Gaius kind of looks over at her for a sec. Well, he thinks, well, I guess you still very technically have that wish of yours, so you could mull over that, or you could, I don't know. I guess, here's a question. How'd you enjoy doing gate guard?
It was okay. Well, I think the game actually made it a lot more fun. I think I'm gonna be bored. Not many people come to the mansion.
Yeah, that's fair. He thinks to himself, unless I decide to make unless I decide to bullshit around and make someone come by. Skyus realizes he cursed in front of Tia. Whoops.
She doesn't seem to mind right now. She's like worn down enough. She's like, huh. Yeah, I guess. Here's a question. Are you brave enough to bring people over to the mansion?
He thinks to himself a little bit. Yeah, why not? I've already brought a few people over, and so far it's been fine. So far. I won't learn if there's a problem until somebody brings up the problem, he says, sparkle face.
That might be the difference between the two of us. Back on the compound, I was never confident enough to bring anyone over. Not that there was really anyone to bring over in the middle of the woods.
Would you bring anybody over now?
Oh my god, Tia, she fucking blushes head to toe. Isn't that what I did today?
Yeah. Is there anybody you want to, like, invite yourself personally? You kind of got a freebie here with what Kazuya did.
Tia's gonna lie back on the bed and just zone out and is like, I don't know, it was pretty exhausting just getting the group over already. Trying to reach out to someone personally, that's kind of hard, right?
Yeah, that's fair. He expression snaps back. Honestly, it's one of those things you could always, like, try, like, almost like a fishing pole or something like that.
She thinks it's like, yeah, I guess. That's too intense. We're gonna do, this one? Yeah, that one works. She's like, well, okay. In that case, how do you spend your night on the town?
He thinks to himself a little bit about that. Honestly, what's pretty fun is to kind of just pick a direction and go, and, best way I can describe it is, you ever just turn your brain off and then let that twitch inside of your very nervous system kind of guide you?
You get the most Tia answer from her. No, never. Not even for 1 second once.
That's fair. But yeah, no, I mostly use that and kind of let that guide me around. You never know, sometimes I meet some fun new people, sometimes I see some fun new things. And sometimes I might even learn a little bit about myself in the process, and that's part of the full fun experience. Kind of like when we went out to around the town, and we had to convince that guy to let you into the Mirage District.
Yeah. Huh. I guess the only time I act like that is when I'm fighting for my life. She starts to kick her legs.
He thinks about that. Well, maybe you can think of it not as fighting for your life if you want to do that, but maybe you can think of it as altering your life or something like that.
Yeah, I guess I could give that a shot. She kind of smiles. Like, just go out and try to live a brand new life as brand new me or something?
Yeah, could be fun. You never know.
Oh boy. Guys, can you give me a roll to do? Can you give me a roll to do?
Oh boy, okay.
Yes! Yes! Okay, perfect. This is exactly what I was hoping for. I'm like, if you get a crit 20 or a crit fail, we are going off the fucking rails. Here we go. She goes, New life is a new me then. Okay, I could... Well, yeah. Okay, there's something I could do there, maybe. She kind of like smiles and is like, well, duty calls or whatever. She kind of waves. I'll go back to guarding the gate. You get some sleep or whatever. I guess I'm not on bodyguard detail anymore. Huh. Kind of nice in its own way. Have fun, seriously.
He nods her. Yeah. Try to keep yourself occupied.
She waves. Walks out here. Oh boy. And time passes over the course of the night. And eventually it becomes rather late. Dia continues guarding the gate lonesomely. Not much happens for the remainder of the evening. The darkness only seems to deepen. She sits at her gate and watches out. That bamboo curtain still spread out in front of her, a gate that extends backwards into the darkness. Bored, she stares across, trying to make out shapes, her eyes struggling against the view. Everything grows a little more bleary for her. She's certainly getting tired. Tired enough to maybe abdicate her job slightly. Someone approaches. Well, hello. He leans across the counter. This man's presence, especially this late at night, is not something that she exactly predicted. She expected to be rid of the man. At least till tomorrow. So, I hear you managed to succeed at your little gate guard job. Oh? What was the purpose behind all of this? He almost like tips his head backwards, thinking about it pretty deeply. My goals. Huh. Well, you've got your wish. Are you sure you want to waste it on that? A date, seriously. And it's not even for you. Yes, that's more than doable. I'll make sure she gets a key or something. There is a back entrance to that shrine. He sighs. Really, I thought you had more ambition than that. He scratches the side of his head. Well, I suppose as respect for that, I'll give you a wish that is yours specifically. What is my goal here? He sort of like tilts his head backwards, reflecting on the concept as if tipping it over in his head. Well, it was rather simple. I did want to test you, as you probably surmised, but that wasn't simply it. I already know that you're more than competent. I've seen that time and time again. You've been an admirable captain. No. I was curious if you were able to sense what is in the hearts of others. You see, the entire purpose of this game was to see if people could smuggle things past you to put yourself in their mind. Were you able to emotionally connect with them, or would you make it through sheer logic? He leans in. Over the last few weeks, I have seen you operate, and you are a very logical and very brilliant person, but I haven't been able to get a hint of that true emotion behind it. So, I find myself asking a question. When that logic is stretched to the absolute limit, what seeps out of the sides? I, of course, am not the only person who's noticed the barrier that exists around you at all times. So, I'm wondering what happens when I simply pick away at it repeatedly from multiple angles. He leans in and stares across. Yes, it must be difficult to even hear yourself right now. I'm sorry about that. Well, in that case, I'll get to the point of this. I wanted to figure out exactly what you were. Every person has a secret or two. We're all just mysterious barrels chock full of books, statues, or hay. He swings a hand lazily through the air. So I find myself wondering exactly what secrets still exist within you, the noble gate guard. Pressed to the limits, I can almost see through that barrier of yours. Of course, hearing has to be getting relatively hard for you, so, how do I put it? Perhaps I could give you a description. I have a hope. A hope for you, of all people. He leans across the counter. It has to do with you, but where are my manners? Do you want me to describe to you right now what kind of face you're making? Because I'm certain It'll shock you to your core. Elsewhere. Skyus, you are resting in your room at night. It's been a long and eventful day. Let me make sure you are properly set up. There you go. Tell me, Skyus, what do you do on a night like this?
A night like this. Well, normally he'd either sneak out on the town or honestly be in his shed practicing magic. However, in this case, his shed currently under repairs. And he did, however, have a promise with Celia that he'd meet up with her later. However, it seems like that hasn't come to pass yet, strangely.
Yeah, so hold on. Yeah, you're resting in your room and you're like, well, it's only a matter of time. And a loud knock comes on your door.
He is going to first. I'm going to drop. It did not work. That's fine. He goes forward and takes a few steps, and he cracks open his door.
On the other side, Varden looks down at you. He seems oddly not composed. Varden seems to be in something of a mood. He rushed over here, uncharacteristic for a man with a cane, and he like looks at you dead in the face and is like, "May I come in? Are you otherwise occupied?"
He nods his head. You can come in.
He moves in. He's like, "Well, I'll skip straight to the point." He adjusts his hair. Yoshihara no Kazuya has disappeared.
He thinks to himself about that for a second. Well, do you have any idea where he's gone?
No, we've already contacted the local detective agency. They already have sent their best person to the job. That's not exactly the reason why I came to you tonight.
His eyebrow kind of raises a little as he looks at Varden.
It's the strangest thing. He moves over and goes, "He left a note behind. That in the event of his sudden absence, he hands it over to you."
Gaius takes it and looks at it.
"Expectations for the 13th Ward will fall to you and Salazar-Numikawa."
Gaius kind of stops a little bit and he thinks about that for a second. No, wait, that's a little too convenient right now.
Exactly. Either this is another part of his plan, or we're seeing his backup plan.
He
He
thinks
looks-
to himself.
He looks at you dead in the eyes. "So, what do you do with this information?"
Gaius kind of looks at it for a bit and, let me roll the die here. Oh, boy. Gaius thinks about that for a hard, long second. What I think we should do with this, well, to me at the very least, this in a way looks like an open message that says, feel free to pry at my very hinges. You're not gonna find what I have hidden here, even if I give you the keys to my house.
Varden, you feel it. You feel the smile play across his lips. I see. So, what will you do then?
He looks over at Varden. Well, he thinks might be a good time to go on ahead and view the land that we have been entrusted with.
He smiles and nods. Oh boy. It begins to rain. Hard around the city. Indigo is caught in the midst of an unseasonable thunderstorm. In the middle of Good Health Fall, of all things. Elsewhere in the city. Cassius, you've been given a rather unusual job.
Yeah.
The disappearance of Yoshihara no Kazuya.
Yeah.
Now, the strange thing about this job is you relied on the Old Faithful. It's not exactly delivering at this point. It's almost...
So it's not working, or he's not here?
It's like he's gone from the city entirely. It's the same as Beretta. You get a strange feeling that he isn't necessarily dead, it's just gone. So
Too far away.
Too far away, too fast, and that's so weird because you saw him
Like hours ago. Like an hour or two ago.
and on the far side of the city, one person stands in full view of the rain, simply staring up at Pinion Tower. There's no umbrella at his side this time. He just sits, stares, looks up at that arcing tower, snout pointed upwards. I wonder, is what we're doing really right? Cassius, you round
Yeah.
the corner, and you see this figure just standing there in the rain, getting absolutely drenched.
Oh, like he's just standing there?
Yeah, he's just standing there looking at Pinion Tower, this miserable rag of a creature. Hold on.
Is okay.
We are on a map, Aloha. Can you not see it? Oh, excellent.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. I have to do some things in quick succession.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense.
Jake, do I remember anything from recently at all?
You get a twinge of something. A flashback, or maybe a memory tugging away at the corner of your mind. This person in front of you seems very familiar.
Okay. Great. Wonderful. Great. Okay. Cassius jogs up. Excuse me.
He turns around and looks at you.
Cassius is carrying an umbrella because it's raining. And he goes, you don't have an umbrella. Did you lose yours?
He looks down. And then sullenly nods.
Don't worry. I carry an extra on me. He opens up his coat and pulls out a dinky, portable umbrella. Hands this person that he doesn't know, that is familiar, his nice umbrella, and then opens the dinky one and pulls it out above his head. Here.
He takes it very, very gingerly, picks it up, and almost seems to, like open and close it for a second as if testing it. And then finally opens it fully and sort of nods at you appreciatively. His motions are also slow.
Is everything okay? Is there any reason you're standing out here in the rain? Did you lose something? Oh, have you seen anyone wandering around? I guess other than me.
This figure blinks a few times and slowly shakes his head no.
Okay. All right. If you see anyone who is he gestures at Kazuya's height, has hair that comes down and has a bunch of flowers all over him. He's from the 13th ward. Could you please contact this number? He hands him a business card. He's missing. Are you okay? You good?
He gently takes the card, looks at you, raises his head, and lowers it again.
All right. Are you sure you're alright?
He stares deeply into your eyes and looks back at the tower. And then is going to slowly nod one more time, a little less sure, but now gaining confidence.
Okay, well, if you ever need anything, you can also contact that number.
He looks at it as if, like, processing, I've been handed a fucking phone. Or I've been handed a phone number. And, like, he squints at it and then tucks it into his robe.
Okay, Cassius will wave politely and continue on his way because he is in the middle of an investigation.
You keep moving on, and as you walk away, the figure just blinks and looks at you. And
Wave.
he, sort of at a loss for words, looks back at the tower, and then all at once lets out a sigh that contains a wide variety of different emotions. Cassius, you feel something spike up in the back of your head. Something that you're receiving from this person at this moment. The strongest emotion that you feel isn't sadness, joy, it isn't anger, it isn't confusion. The only way to put it is this person feels defeated. And oh boy. Elsewhere. Guys, it's been a long night so far. And you, after attending to your new duties at Kazuya's manor, you wound up working your way back to a destination that you didn't expect almost. A chance to get away, but also kind of waiting for someone? The storm rages around you, and you lie down on Tia's bed, just fucking staring at the ceiling like, what the fuck? It's been a long night. The mansions, both of them, are in a state of panic. This is the only quiet place. The door opens up. Tia walks in. She's drenched head to toe, wrings out her hair. Hey.
Gaia sits up on her bed at the side and looks over to her. Oh, hey, Tia. Were you out?
Yeah, no luck finding him. Tia's been on patrol. Like, ever since all of this started, she has been sent around the city along with Cassius. It's gone late into the night. She's come back. She seems fucking drenched to the bone, tired, no luck.
Huh. He thinks to himself a little bit and kind of scratches his head. Yeah, no, it's complete and utter chaos out there. He thinks to himself, I can't help but feel something's going on a little weird here.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I'm starting to think that maybe whatever plan that Uncle Varden was so worried about might have already gone through.
Yeah. Hey, I haven't told anyone else this quite yet. He stopped by. Apparently right before he disappeared.
Oh?
She nods. Yeah. He was acting really strange. She sort of slides up on the table and, like, just looks at Skyus. He, well, Tia repeats almost verbatim the entirety of the scene that you saw earlier, adding in her own parts.
What parts is she adding in?
The parts where she asked questions in return. They're all very simple and innocent. But at a certain point, she kind of catches herself and she's like, well, he ended it by saying that I'd be shocked at the expression I was making. She sort of like reaches up and touches her own face. It was really strange. She runs her fingers along either of her cheeks. Skyus, he said I was smiling. She kicks her
Okay.
hooves.
Skies thinks about that for a moment. Huh. He looks up at her for a second. Are you doing okay?
Oh boy. She's gonna. Yeah, you actually managed to get through to this one. She like leans forward and she's like, to tell you the truth, no, I'm not. She sits on the chair and like sort of turns around. I'm confused, primarily. I hate to say it, but I think I'm starting to understand what your life must be like a lot of the time.
He kind of goes silent for a few moments and then does a deep inhale and exhale and looks at her. He kind of struggles a little bit to kind of find the words right now. Is there something I can do for you?
Oh, fuck. Tia. Yeah, I'm gonna. A force starts to push back against Tia. Jesus. Okay. Tia leans forward on the chair, and her smile actually does widen on this spot, almost eerily so. It seems to draw itself across her face, wide, not unnaturally wide, just a little. It's a little off-putting. Is the best way to put it. She gets a look on her face that she shrugs and she's like, "Do something for me." Huh. I guess, Well, I guess you could give me guidance here. She holds up a finger. You see, I've got a wish. Apparently, the wish that I gave to the man wasn't quite good enough, so he decided to throw it back in my face. So, I've got one left over. And I'm kind of wondering, what do I still do with it? I mean, he's currently missing and everything. It's just this idea's been rattling around inside my head, and I haven't been able to get rid of it. So I'm kind of hoping for an answer. She rolls the chair a little bit forwards, and it bounces off of the stones. If you had absolute freedom to do like anything you wanted, what would you do?
Guys has to think about that for a little bit. I'm gonna roll the die for him really quick. Ah, dear.
These two.
He thinks about that for a little bit and he looks at her. Before I answer that, can I ask you something first?
Yeah, of course, anytime.
Is there something bothering you right now? Like, deep inside of yourself, is there something really just clawing at you?
Oh boy. Oh man. That smile sets in again, and we're gonna roll to do Jesus Christ, okay? And then something pushes back, and we go like this. What the And something almost seems to break through to the surface, Skyus. And wow, you don't get a You don't get the reverse. She sort of bounces on her seat a little bit. She's still smiling, but she gets a bit more of a difficult expression, and she like leans back in her chair. I think it's kind of the opposite. Everything that's clawing at me is like up here. She touches her face, or over here, she grabs at her hair, which she realizes isn't golden right now, but where her fingers touch, flares of gold alight again. It's all on the outside, you know? And if there's anything that's trying to claw its way out, it's this. She touches her face. So, I guess if there's anything that bothers me, it's, you feel it. You can feel the presence of Tia's 2 other stats, and the fact that they are currently, and one after the other, wounded themselves trying to keep this one down. She instead splits back into that very, very, a little deranged smile, and she's like, so I guess, if I was going to ask for anything, talk to me. Tell me about yourself. Tell me what you saw in the city. Tell me what you do every time you go out. I'm always really curious about that. I can never really ask because it's hard. I'm kind of jealous. She scratches the side of her head, and Tia just starts like rocking back and forth in the seat and like borderline babbling at length. I'm curious about all the people you've met. Like, you met that cool priest, and she honestly scares the crap out of me. But at the same time, like, and this goes on and on and on and on. Skyus, what do you do?
Gaius will listen to her talk for a while, and then when she eventually slows down or if there is a lull, he kind of sighs a little bit and almost mutters under his breath a bit something, and then looks up at her and thinks for a moment. I see that I've kind of been a little self-centered, I now realize.
Huh?
I see you have... He sobs. I'll tell you as much as I can. You might be a little disappointed. I haven't fought any, like, big dragons or anything like that in my life, or all the times I've explored. But I can tell you about all the people and all the things you, unfortunately, have missed.
She rocks back and forth on the chair and eagerly awaits your story. Skyus, do you repeat the events of what you've seen so far?
Yeah. Yeah.
Does he genuine? And here's the question for you, Skyus. Is it a report? A lot like how Tia said her bit earlier, when she talked to Kazuya, and was honest about what part she felt that led to this happening. Do you put in your own parts, or do you leave them out?
Let me
Come on.
roll to die.
Yes.
He will start to tell her all about what happened to him throughout the city and all the people he has met. And he'll actually, for once in a rare time, actually talk about what he thinks and what he says during those times.
Oh, fucking hell. I'm not going to put you on the spot. Are there any highlights you want to say? Is there a point that you might want to draw attention to, or do we fade out?
He'd probably go through it. The highlights, I'd say, is he'd probably tell her about the times that he got in trouble with, like, ghosts or whatever, like during the Lord of Lanterns. He would tell her about how he got his hands on a cursed ring, apparently, that eventually some big shots from Aranea came to him and challenged him to a cook-off to get back. He would...
Tia's like riveted this entire time, I should point out.
He'll tell her about the time he took Celie around the city and had her go on dates with several people. And he'll tell her about all the various things that she has missed all during her time at the manor.
You continue this talk for quite some time, and by the end of it, you're still speaking, but you realize something. Tia, at some point, lulled to sleep with a far more pleasant smile on her face, now sits in the chair, just snoozing, slipshod, an absolutely free and utterly unchained individual.
Guys, let me roll the die. I see. Okay. Skyus stands up and he walks over to Tia, who is currently passed out on her desk. And he sort of scratches at his chin, looks at it, how much it's raining outside right now. And Skyus fully knows that Tia is as light as a fucking feather.
Yep.
He picks her up on one shoulder and starts carrying her out with an umbrella, and he's gonna take her back to the mansion.
Oh, you do so. And there's one last little bit. You lead her back to the mansion, not alone in this place. Then, you find your way back to make sure that absolutely everything's okay. That, everything's closed up, Tia's not leaving anything behind. What room do you put her in?
He'd put her in his room.
That tracks. You work your way back out here, sure everything's okay, and... It's funny. Skyus. Now you find yourself just a little caught up as you work your way back, taking another trip with Tiara Tsubaki's stuff. You, look out across the way into the glowing darkness. The same place that she met with Kazuya, and it's... You blink. Your eyes must be playing tricks on you. You've been up so long. You've been working so hard, too. It feels like you just broke through to someone you've been trying to for years, and yet... Oh, no. Here we go again. The darkness seems to set in. You're used to it at this point, and... You think you see something shifting out in the darkness. A shape that works its way closer. There's no fear. It's just a resonance as something approaches dead on. She places herself directly across the table and reaches. And with two hands, she pats you on the head. You did good work. Before disappearing back out into the night. Skyus, you're left alone. At the head of this path. Late at night. No Tia around anymore. You're looking around and there's no Seely. What's left for you?
He kind of sits there. He's sort of tapping a pen on the desk that he's been using probably to write down various things throughout the night, and he really thinks to himself about it for a good long minute, and he kind of just keeps mumbling to himself a whole lot about a whole bunch of different things, and eventually he starts kind of mumbling to himself about Kazuya a bit, and one of the things he just under his breath is mumbling is something along the lines of, for a snake, there's awfully a lot of things under his skin. I wonder what he hides underneath all that clothing.
You stand. There are two paths in front of you. Are you going up the stairs or down them?
Gaius is going to go down the stairs.
You get yourself ready. You prep yourself for the storm. And you walk down into an entire city of Indigo, ready and waiting for you. And with that, we will call this to a close.